We are live right here, Dick Mayfield. This is a Roxamore Sports Network presentation in collaboration with Sports Shooting Stars. Oh, we are
We're
definitely
live. We're underway, and right now, the kick return down inside the 15-yard line. James Buchanan received the kickoff, and just like that, as you were kind of giving the fans an introduction, Marcellus, we're underway rather quickly here from Dick Mayfield.
That's how we're talking, man. This is going to be action-packed, and I am so happy to be here with my man, Dude Jones, Todd Edwards.
It was Jacob Fry with a big kickoff return for James Buchanan.
That was amazing.
The Rockets, and I know you know a thing or two about the Rockets.
Yes,
it's
sir.
Not James Buchanan, maybe.
No.
That sets up the Rockets offensively nicely here inside the 20-yard line.
Man,
they're in the white jerseys with green pants, and they give to the running back.
Oh, a couple of hard-fought yards right there. Number 44. Man, it seems like every time these two teams play, it goes right down to the very end. Last year, it was a squeaker with James Buchanan getting the win 22-20.
Yeah, that was Hunter Egel with the carry.
Number 44. Second down. Here we go.
James Buchanan, located in Mercersburg, Pennsylvania, out of Franklin County.
Nice cut. Oh, gets right back to the line of scrimmage. It looks like maybe gets a yard there, Todd.
Looks like that was Jacob Fry, number 4, the running back, slow to get up as the referee there, down at about the 15-yard line.
That's not a good sign to start the game like that.
Timeout right now in a scoreless contest here.
A lot of excitement here at Dick Mayfield, though, Todd.
And rightly so. This is the first ever York Rose Bowl, the 2023 edition.
And I'll tap in right now. Dude Jones from Sports Shooting Stars.
Roxamore Sports Network.
Absolutely. Out of the Pittsburgh area. It's a collaboration that we're doing with Roxamore.
Bringing the game to you. And, yeah, number 4, again, we mentioned it for James Buchanan. That's Jacob Fry, the running back senior, being tended to by the training staff.
And want to give a little bit of background information about York Votech. They have a new coach this year, Scott Mathenia, coming out of Maryland. He coached for 27 years out of Maryland. He brings the gun tee offense, which is a mix of the wing tee and the modern-day spread offense. You know, Votech hasn't had a winning season since 1983, but, you know, I think they're on their way to, you know, to start a new regime with coach behind them.
It's been a lot of lean years at York Tech and no feeder system at York Tech.
Well, that's one thing Scott Mathena, the new coach, was saying. He's not coming here to lose, man. I love his attitude, and he's got these kids pumped up. It's a brand new season, dude.
Yeah, absolutely. And York Votech is considered a 6A school out of D3, one of the biggest schools out of D3 at the 6A position.
That may surprise some of the viewers that are tuned in tonight in terms of them being a 6A school, but, you know, sooner or later, they're due to have a winning season.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Back to action here, pounding the ball there. Number 44, that's Hunter Egel, a freshman running back.
And I know you spoke
Buchanan.
on it a little bit earlier, Todd, about York Votech, their running back, with their former running back, Anthony Torres, who had 1,933 yards last year, and he was the Colt Offensive Player of the Year. Right now, he graduated, and he's off to Thaddeus Stevens to continue his, you know, football career.
Technical school as well.
Absolutely. And now this year, they're going to be featuring a little bit more King Zion Matai. He will go from quarterback to safety this year, so keep an eye on him.
Offense for James Buchanan spread out, shotgun formation.
And that's a good tackle.
Yeah, swings it out, caught by Hunter Egel. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
And Votech kind of got punched in the mouth to start this the kickoff with, you know, that big-time run back, but they're doing a great job in the red zone and not allowing them to get into the end zone.
Yeah, that was a 4th down carry, and they did not convert.
Oh, wow. Yeah, and I was going to say, last year, these two teams, like I mentioned, went at it. It was 22-20. James Buchanan won. They actually won 3 out of their first 4 games, and then kind of got stuck in the mud. It had a rough ending to the season. But as we mentioned, this is always a battle between these two teams.
And what a spotlight to kick things off here at the 2023 York Rose Bowl at Dick Mayfield.
Right here in beautiful York, Pennsylvania.
A beautiful night for football. And that was number 23, Childs Hunter, 6'1", 185-pound junior running back for the Spartans.
And James Buchanan out of Mercenburg, Pennsylvania, Franklin County, 4A school, coached by David Miller, playing in the Mid-Penn Liberty Conference. 3-7 record last year, 2-5 in their conference, 3-3 at home, but 0-4 away. As Marcella said, they beat York Tech last year 22-20, so it's a very tightly contested contest. It's a handoff.
And another running play, not much yardage there.
Met him in the backfield, great tackle.
Nate Trenton brought down, senior running back, wide receiver for York Tech.
Also want to mention James Buchanan is a really young team, but you want to keep an eye on the running back, wide receiver, Garrett Fisher, number 1, Jacob Frey, number 11, and Aiden Stoltz, defensive tackle, number 55.
3 players to keep an eye on for the Rockets of James Buchanan. The York Tech Spartans, their first possession here offensively in the first quarter.
With the brand new offense, brand new coach. Ooh, we get some yardage.
Back to the running game. Both teams seem content on pounding the ball there early, Marcellus.
Yeah, and I think York Tech actually over the last couple of years has kind of tried to run the clock down, but like we said, Coach Scott Mathena came in. He's definitely changed up the whole offense, and not too many teams in York County run that.
Well, now it's a 4th down and 2 with just over 8 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. We'll see what York Tech can dial up, and it looks like it may have brought the punter out here. A timeout's called.
Yeah, they're punting back by their own end zone, so
they're
looks like
backed
James
up.
Buchanan is going to have a good field position off this punt and get some great yardage going down the field.
Probably be a good time right now while we have a break in the action to talk a little bit about our sponsors for tonight's game, and actually, for that matter, the weekend series here, the York Rose Bowl.
Yeah, and we're lucky enough. Our sponsors are our season-long sponsors as well, so they'll be with us every game of this season.
Let's start off with Thornton Automotive of Dover with Wes Myers, also OSS Health.
They know me real well in there by chance. I've been to OSS for Achilles snapping from car accidents, getting my back hurt up, and they always get me right.
Walking wounded, yeah, Marcellus.
Exactly. That's why I'm not playing.
John Turpak and Ron Johnson of S3 Performance Training. Check out S3 Performance Training. Scholar Prep and Tutoring with Sherry Washington.
Absolutely, and also Fairview Early Learning Community Center, Parmer's Pizza of Dallastown, and also Your Medical Solutions with Keith and Becky Rill.
Hey,
You'll be hearing us talk about them throughout this game, but all the games throughout the year.
And let's not forget Basil Insurance Agency is as well, a longtime sponsor.
Greg Basil.
Yep. And it looks like a punting situation here for York Tech. High snap through the punter's hand. Now, whistles are blown.
That call was...
That is against York Tech.
We also want to thank all the fans that came out here tonight to support the teams. It's a nice Friday, pretty much the kickoff of the YAIAA season, and a lot of the teams throughout the high school area in Pennsylvania.
A beautiful night for football. It almost feels like baseball weather out there, and it normally is this way early on in the season. And by October, we kind of tend to pull the pants out. Another, wow, gets the punt off, but
and that's a great field position, as we mentioned.
Right up the middle.
Brings the ball to about the 19-yard line.
That's Hunter Eagle again, and he's making a name for himself early on here in the first quarter. Sets up the Rockets with excellent field position with 7:46 to go in a scoreless contest here between York Tech and James Buchanan.
Well, this is the second time that James Buchanan had an opportunity to get the ball in the red zone, so let's see if they can punch it in. York Tech did a great job playing defense and not allowing them to, get any points on the board so far, even when they were in field goal position.
Eagle with a carry. Gains a few yards. Brings up a second down.
And the fans, that's why.
I think we're so used to seeing a pass-happy, quarterback-driven league, but, there's still something to be said about a power running game and kind of wearing out that defense, particularly on a hot night like this, Marcellus.
Yeah, for sure. And as you can see, how many coaches always say it's the game of field position? And so far, James Buchanan obviously is winning that, but let's see if they can punch it in.
Yeah, great field position for James Buchanan on their second series here in the opening quarter with just over 7 minutes to go. Give to the up man.
Oh, grinds out a couple yards.
That's
there.
Alex Brake, sophomore.
Time is ticking already, man. Only 6:50 left here in the first quarter, and if it looks like the way this game started, we're going right down to the end again.
Well, one thing I noticed so far, James Buchanan, their special teams is top-notch. They did a great job of getting the ball down the field, but I got to give a lot of credit to York Tech for their defense once they get into that red zone, really stopping things up. And right now it's a 3rd and 8. But they are in field goal position as they were before. They decided not to kick the field goal. Let's see what happens here on this series. Back in shotgun, looking deep.
Overthrew his intended receiver, Sterling Scarborough,
and there's a
flag thrown on that play. Fans that are tuned in tonight, hey, maybe they're thinking about coming out tomorrow night. 3 big games, actually.
Absolutely.
Of course, tipped off with the Harrisburg and York High tomorrow night.
Yeah, that would be the final game of tomorrow night's games. This is the first York Rose Bowl, which is pretty much organized by Ron Corsi, which is the AD here at York Surburban.
And he ran the Peach Bowl in Chambersburg last year.
Yep. Big event.
Yes. A marquee matchups, really. I mean, you have Steel High coming in, a couple of charter schools, Monty Charter, EOTEP coming in tomorrow.
Oh, man, that's going to be a big-time game.
Can you say main event matches tomorrow?
Yeah. Oh, even tonight. There's a lot of media out there tonight filming and watching this game and taking some pictures.
Okay, brings up now a 1st and goal from the 8-yard line.
And for some of our fans that's watching
False start now, James Buchanan.
Yep, and so for some of our fans that's watching around the YIAA, we want to try to update them throughout these games, the other games that's happening throughout the county.
It's a big week to kick things off. I know Central's at Central Dauphin at Landis Field. Dallastown travels to Hempfield. Red Lion at Ephrata tonight.
Big shout out to the Lions out there. We're here today, though, courtesy Roxamore Sports Network in collaboration with Sports Shooting Stars. Want to spread the love there for sure.
Follow them, like them on Facebook. They have a YouTube page. Subscribe.
We'll be sharing that here at the end of the first quarter on our
Angel
own
with a carry.
Socials as well.
Not much going there. Brings up a 2nd down and long right now. 2nd down at 13.
Here we go. 2nd and goal from the 16.
And it's been a bit of a defensive struggle so far here. I mean, both teams. Offense spread out. Drops back, looking to throw the ball. He's going to be brought down.
Goes down. Number 67. What a tackle there, man.
Glover Kenny, senior, with the sack.
He's making memories going to last forever right there. Yeah. You know, that's looking back 10 years, showing the kids, hey, look at this. This is how I played when I was in high school. I played
in the inaugural York Rose Bowl right here on Dick May Field.
And I made one of the first big plays of the game. That was huge.
Yes, brings up a 3rd down and forever right now, 3rd and 21. Yeah. And you almost, at this point, have to shoot for the end zone, you would think, Marcellus.
Yeah, I wonder to see how the field goal kicker is there for James Buchanan.
That always seems to be shaky at this level, you know.
You never know. When you got one that's good, man, that is a weapon.
Well, and you know it with Baltimore. I know you're Baltimore Ravens, Justin Tucker, and right up the middle with a carry.
Oh, it looked like the ball popped out and someone else running here. They're still going.
And a scrum.
Number 44, I believe, is in the middle of that pile.
Hunter Egel again with another carry.
I'm not sure if I just blinked and it popped or what happened there. That was a great play, though. Didn't give up.
4th down with just over 4 minutes remaining here in the opening quarter.
Got the kicker coming out here. Let's see what he got. Number 21, it looks like.
Finn Lorson, the kicker for James Buchanan.
Gets himself set.
Snap is down.
Got another
Kick
whistle.
Is up.
Is that the old timeout?
There was a whistle blown on that play. It looks like
Seemed like it was right before. Oh, we got a man hurt again. Looks like number 3.
Number 3 for James Buchanan. I'll get you that roster number here momentarily.
He's walking.
That's Christian Pine, a freshman running back, tended to by the training staff as he walks off the field.
He's got a lot of football to play yet in his young career, but looks like he's walking a little better with each step, but still not putting too much weight on that.
No, it looks like it was a 5-yard penalty against York Tech. It will move it in closer now.
Looks like timeout, James Buchanan.
With 3:50 to go, a scoreless contest right now. Here is opening quarter from Dick Mayfield.
I'm excited to see the field goal kicker here and see what he's got, man. When I was in like 9th grade, all I wanted to do was be a field goal kicker, and it takes a lot of practice, man.
Games being brought to you by Roxamore Sports Network in collaboration with Sports Shooting Stars tonight from Dick Mayfield. A full night of football tonight, Marcellus, and then we mentioned tomorrow 3 big games. Of course, it'll be the nightcap, Harrisburg and York High. I got a feeling it's going to be pretty packed here. What are your thoughts?
Oh, yeah, for sure, man. And I just want to take a moment, too, to thank my man Todd Edwards here, Dude Jones. I mean, I was a fan before I was on the mic, and it just, God's plan got me here as well. But kicking off York County football right here, man. And plus, we're in the box tonight.
Yeah, it's a rarity for us to
Yes.
be in air conditioning confines here tonight, and
we got the play-by-play screen right here, Roxamore Sports Network.
Sports.
They do it
top
right.
notch. Oh yeah, this is top notch setup.
And we're coming right back here to the play-by-play. Let's see what happens here. Can they punch it in?
Well, yeah, it's 4th and goal, and they decided to go for it here. Offense trips formation far side for James Buchanan. And Angel with the carry. Power running.
Oh,
Not
he gets
gonna
stopped.
make it.
Wow.
Wow. Stopped by Childs Hunter. And that, again, the ball will turn over to York Tech Spartans with
Great.
3:44 to go. It's still in a scoreless contest.
Man.
At the rate we're going, it may be a 3-0 game here.
Exactly. If we can get to there. But York Tech definitely got to get some yards here. You cannot go three plays in a row and not get substantial first down or 2 or 3. You want to move that stick at this
Move the
point.
sticks.
But they're right there, man. It could be a lot worse with those 2 kickoff returns. It could be easy to be 14-0 in a play or 2. But there's been some big defensive plays coming from York Tech.
York Tech's defense has held, despite kind of having their backs against the wall here on 2 series. Now they're going to be on the field here in their green jerseys.
Looks like York Tech pretty much has it all on one side here. Let's see what they can do. Oh, number 23 with the carry. There's a big guy right there.
Yeah, that's Childs Hunter, 6'1", 185-pound junior for York Tech. We mentioned at York Tech earlier, a lot of the students that go there, they go there for a trade, technical skills. 9 through 12, grades 9 through 12. No feeder system there, so they really are trying to build their program from year to year.
Yeah, Scott Mathena really is putting in that winner's attitude, though. You got to love that, man. He's been in the business, like Dew was saying, 27 years.
Nearly 3 decades.
From Maryland. He was at Susquehannock as an assistant coach for a few years, and a lot of people in York County are excited about York Tech and what the program has over the next few years.
Nate Trenton back in shotgun formation for the Spartans. And back to that running game. And the ball came out. We'll see. Referees are saying he was down. His knee was down.
Big break there. Glad he could. Yeah.
Clock continues to tick
240.
down. Yeah, just under 2:40 to go here. And York Tech not moving the way they want. They're moving backward here, not forward.
No.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10, ball on their 4-yard line.
Let's see what they got. They got plays for this. Let's see what they can come up with on this. Sometimes a little razzle-dazzle could bring the game one way or the other. Sway it, I should say. But we'll see. They stay pretty compact.
Yeah, I see that.
Oh, we got a flag already.
And it looks like against York Tech, that's going to back them up half the way to the distance. I mean, it'll be all set up on the 2-yard line now.
Yeah.
York Tech only has to go 98 yards here, Marcellus, for a score.
Yeah, what's another yard back? I mean, Maybe they're trying to break the record here. Let's see.
Well, with the rate they're moving, they may move right into our broadcast booth here.
We could use them up here for a second. Yeah.
The more the merrier. How about it?
There we go. Roxamore Sports Network got us all hooked up here in the skybox. Dick Mayfield, York Surburban.
The pitch out.
There we go.
A block
Run,
off
young
the edge.
Man, run. Nice gain.
Matai King Zion, senior.
Oh, yeah, that's the former quarterback. Moved out to that slot back.
Yeah, running back, defensive back.
A little bit of wide receiver mixed in there.
Saying that was enough for a first
All
down.
right, they
Marcellus
just got it,
moved
yeah.
the chains. Much to the
play.
delight of the York Tech Spartan fans here tonight.
You could hear it in the crowd. You could hear it.
New set of downs here. Ball on the 14-yard line with just under a minute 20 to go here in the opening quarter from the 2023 York Rose Bowl.
Great way to start this thing off. Oh, big defensive play. James Buchanan, number 24 there. Whew.
That was Tyler Collars.
Tyler got right up in
Matai
the...
King's eye brought down hard.
He did not go for the fake and was bullied his way there in the backfield.
And you almost feel like the defense is here kind of sensing running plays here, and maybe you'll want to dial up a pass play here at some point.
Yeah. I know York Tech's got a sophomore quarterback, so they need to give the young man a couple plays here to let him air it out. Let's see what he's got, but I think both teams' strengths right now is running between the tackles, it looks like.
Old school football, you know. Woody Hayes would be proud. 3 yards in a cloud of dust. Just pounding the rock here tonight.
As my dad always said, this is the way football's supposed to be, in between the tackles.
Delay of game.
There it goes. Kind of shooting themselves in the
back
foot there.
5 yards. It's just when you thought York Tech had some momentum here, Marcellus. Now they're
Going right
tripping
back
on their
where
feet here a little bit.
Right back where they came from. 23 seconds left here in the first.
Ball on the 11-yard line. The pitch out.
Ooh.
And that looked kind of dangerous. And a scramble for the ball. And James Buchanan looks like they recovered it.
That was a kind of a unorthodox pitch, I would say. What do you think, Dude?
Yeah, that pitch was very low. Didn't give the running back a good opportunity to even catch the ball. And James Buchanan did a great job of covering that and jumping all over the ball.
Yeah.
And they're in a sweet position right now with the ball at the 1 yard line. I mean,
again,
QB sneak will put you right in there.
Right now, yeah.
Ideal field position. And James Buchanan's had it all opening quarter here, but nothing to show for it right now. Well, here it is. I mean, first down and goal from the 1 yard line. We'll see if the Rockets can rocket it in here, Marcellus.
Yeah, let's see it.
Yes,
Third time in the red zone, as Dude just pointed out. Our stat guy.
Angel with an easy walk-in and a score and a touchdown for
6.
James Buchanan.
6 on the board there. James Buchanan.
10 seconds to go, and James Buchanan breaks the ice here, Marcellus, with the first score tonight's game.
Yeah, right up the middle again. Number 44. That was a beautiful play there, and see if they can get the extra point right here.
High snap. Hold is down. Kick is up.
And Todd, you know, like I know, I always love to see the kicker go out there and do some kicks because some teams still run the 2-point conversion. They don't even have a guy that's kicking the ball. I think that's next level football when you have a person that can kick the ball, change the field position and just the special teams, that third element that comes along with the game.
As our sports fans know, there's 3 phases of the game: offense, defense, and special teams. And sometimes at this level, you would think it seems difficult to acquire a kicker at a lot of these high schools here, at least in YIAA.
I often say the kicker is so crucial into winning a game, and some teams that don't have a kicker, I'm like, hey, go to the soccer team, go somewhere. You can get anybody to be a kicker, to be honest with you. So, great job from James Buchanan to put 7 points on the board. Score 7-0 right now over York Tech, and that's pretty much the end Soon
10
to be
seconds remaining here. And
yeah, soon to be end of the first quarter with 10 seconds remaining here at York Surburban Field.
And this weekend's action being brought to you by Roxamore Sports Network.
Roxamore Sports Network.
I'm so excited
definitely.
right now. Yeah, Roxamore.
They got us looking great back here. We got the visuals, the screen set up. That just an honor being here. And we were talking about the field goal kicker. Last year we saw that with York High. Like, they did not have the kicker when I think Central had a great kicker.
Matthew Parker, he started since his freshman year.
Makes a huge
Had
difference.
a few big kicks up at a kicking camp up at Penn State. So he's, of course, up at Central Dauphin at Landis Field tonight. And we're underway here. York Tech with the ball.
Nice run there. Number 19 right there. Get a little positive yardage there.
Colton with the carry. And that may be the best field position for the York Tech Spartans with 1.9 seconds to go here in the opening quarter.
Hey, they're only down 7 and did a good job of 2 out of the 3 trips to the red zone. For James Buchanan, they only got 7 points out of 3 trips. So defensive-wise, with that field position, I'm saying a couple wins back there for York Tech.
Shotgun formation. Rolls to his right, looking for a receiver. Everyone's covered downfield and pushed out of bounds.
Ooh. And that'll do it for the first quarter. Right here, the Rockets, James Buchanan 7, York Tech Spartans 0. Roxamore Sports Network in collaboration with Sports Shooting Stars. I'm Marcellus Gutwell, my man.
Todd Edwards here, along with Dude Jones in the booth.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is a great collaboration as well. Like I said, Roxamore represent out of the Pittsburgh area. We pretty much represent Southern Pennsylvania, so that's a great mixture. And I believe we're going to have some more projects coming up pretty soon. This is the first of many of what's going to happen. And and again, big shout out to Ron Coursey, the AD and organizer for the York Rose Bowl. Did a great job of putting everybody together. Working tirelessly to make sure this event comes to life. And this is just the kickoff. This is day 1 of 2 days of nonstop football. Tomorrow, 3 games, and it's going to be high-powered, action-packed, and expect to see this field packed. I'm talking about the whole way around.
Yeah, it could be standing room only here tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll be back in a few moments. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere.
And we are back. Roxamore Sports Network in collaboration with Sports Shooting Stars. Dick Mayfield, the home of York Surburban.
Right now, York Tech Spartans out on the field offensively. Fake pitch out. Kept quarterback keeper by number 7. That's Nate Trenton.
And as we said earlier, first-year coach Scott Mathenia, he likes to run the gun tee offense. He believes it gives his players more opportunity to get some yards down the field. So expect them to kind of mix it up a little bit on this series here. I believe the first series to kind of get the rust off a little bit, and I think the guys are ready to go now.
Well, and you wonder, too, under the heating conditions out there, how much that'll play into tonight's game. Especially,
absolutely.
It's warm out there. Had a chance to be out on the field pregame. Sun still shining. Third down and 7, York Tech. Just over 11 minutes, second quarter.
And as we said, this first game jitters. You see a lot of flags so far in this game, between both ball clubs. Here we are in the second quarter with about 11 minutes to go in the second quarter. James Buchanan up 7-0 over York Votech at the first annual York Rose Bowl held here at York Surburban. Dick Mayfield. Beautiful day out.
Creighton under pressure.
He
and
snuffed
brought
that one
down
right out. Great job.
with a sack. Number 5, Colt Iron Seth with the sack.
And he sniffed that out immediately. As soon as they snapped the ball, he was all over it. Also want to let the fans know there's a game 2 coming up tonight, and that's going to be East Pennsboro versus the home team, York Surburban.
York Surburban.
Still time to come on out. There's a lot of food out there. It's a great football atmosphere. That's a
and
kick.
A punt now with 4th and 18.
Gets the ball around 50-yard line. Runs. Doesn't find much.
Plank Derrick.
Good team tackle right there, for sure. Good team tackling.
Yeah, if you come out, there's souvenir programs, souvenir T-shirts on sale, and concessions below us here. So still plenty of time for you to come out tonight, and of course tomorrow, 3 big games.
3 big games, starting at 2:30, ending at around 10 o'clock that night. This should be a great a great day of football all day long. Great way to kick off Saturday, and plus college football is going on tomorrow as well.
Well, a big game in Ireland, Notre Dame and Navy.
That should be a great game. Yes. I know for local fans, they're very interested in seeing that West Virginia versus Penn State game. We have a lot of skin in that game, as you can say, with Jaheim White, running back for West Virginia, and also Bo Perbula for Penn State. We're looking for him to get some time tomorrow. Competed it was a very highly contested competition for that QB1 spot for Penn State.
It was Hunter Egel with a carry. He already has a 1-yard touchdown score.
Everything I've seen out of West Virginia, White has just been amazing as soon as he walked in the field over there.
And that'll take place a week from tomorrow.
Yeah.
Just to let everyone know.
Oh, a week from tomorrow. I'm sorry. I thought that was tomorrow. Okay, gotcha.
Yes.
Pitch out.
That was number 4, Jacob Fry with the carry, the senior running back.
Looks like he might have got a little beat up on that one, walking back a little slower than he did in the beginning of the game.
Well, we often say, the first games, you got to deal with cramps. You got to deal with just getting hit, just the reality of you're playing football. And, you play against your teammates, in practice, but it's not full on. And right now, it's full on football. So expect the guys to get bumped up a little bit, maybe a cramp here and there, but they'll be okay.
And it's our first broadcast of the season. We may get a cramp. We may pull something tonight. You never know.
It happens.
Yeah, I definitely have done it before. Doing games for the York Mighty Ants, I've pulled stuff before jumping up in the bleachers.
Scarborough Sterling with the carry. Brings up a 4th down.
And that's a great tackle. And you can hear the fans when Votech got that tackle, them cheering out there. So fans for Votech are out in full-fledged for their team tonight.
Defense looks pretty stout so far.
They look good. They look good so far. Absolutely. And that's what Coach Mathenia, he wants to bring to the table. He wants to have that winning mentality. Forget the past of what York Votech brings to the table. He wants to have that winning mentality, and I think the guys are buying into that.
Ooh.
Close to a block.
Gets the punt off. Bounces inside the 10.
Let's see if it goes in.
Great job. Great job.
What a play.
Great hustle.
That was top level right there.
And you wonder.
That was Plank Derrick.
Wow.
4 with a great save of the ball there.
Absolutely.
And again, York Tech has to go maybe about 90-some yards for a score.
Well, we said in the beginning of the game, James Buchanan's special teams are pretty much top-notch right now. They're doing a great job of getting their guys on the field and in good position.
Top-notch is an understatement. They are just dominating the whole game. That's the difference. York Tech might have, obviously I don't have the stats right in front of me, but their defense couldn't give up more than 28 yards. But it's the special teams that's really hurting them.
7:43 to go here in the
As
second
always,
quarter.
I'm sorry, Ty, but as always, while we have a small break, let's go ahead and give a shout out to some of our sponsors, and that's Thornton Automotive of Dover with Wes Myers. They're located on Route 74 in Dover, right across the street from Max Ice Cream. Their phone number is 717-292-9222. You can check them out on their website at www.thorntondover.com. Make sure you ask for Wes Myers. He's the general manager out there, a really good, close friend of the program.
Yeah, for sure. And I gotta shout out OSS Health. I'm telling you, the sports medicine physicians at OSS Health committed to getting your athlete back in the game. If your child is experiencing any pain that's impacting his or her performance, OSS Health can help.
And just to add on that, big shout out to Becky Rooch of OSS. She does a great job. She did a really good job of engineering and making sure that they're a sponsor this year. So big shout out to Becky. Really appreciate everything she does.
I got goosebumps right now because she's actually a friend of mine, and I didn't realize until I was reading the notes. And I've coached 2 of her sons, I believe, at least.
Oh, we're at Redline.
Yeah.
Yep.
So big shout out to that whole family.
And we'll get into the other sponsors here momentarily.
Yeah, we're back to action here. York Tech with the ball. And it looks like the ball was set up at the 20-yard line, so it was a touchback.
Oh, it wasn't a touchback.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it was a touchback.
Touchback, yes.
Gotcha. Well, it was still a great hustle from the special
was,
teams
yeah.
from James Buchanan. Never giving up and stretching out and doing what they can do to get their defense in a good position.
3 yard. Yes. Yeah, York Tech with their green jersey tops and James Buchanan with their white jerseys and green numbers. Just for the viewers at home that are tuned in wondering.
York Tech, green and
moving
black.
left to right on the TV screen.
Yes, sir.
7 minutes
And
ago.
back to that running game again. It's one thing with a running game, as we've seen, it tends to eat the clock up a lot, Marcellus.
It definitely does eat the clock.
And it tires out the defense.
Yes.
That's a great job of tiring out the defense. Keep running the ball, and then before you know it, you might get a long pass down the field.
Sometimes it's just
particularly
one or
with his
two
heat.
big plays that break, and it's the whole difference in the whole game.
Also want to give another shout out to S3 Performance Training located at 2810 East Prospect Road. Give them a call, John Turbeck or Ron Johnson at 717-542-4247. Follow them on all social media platforms.
For sure. And they know a thing or two about football. Ron Johnson.
Oh, they do.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Former Philadelphia Eagles player.
Yep.
Played for
Also-
the Eagles, a Hall of Famer at Shippensburg University as well, and played his high school ball here at York Catholic.
Yes, he did.
And for those that don't know, they train right out of Ballyhoo, right there, Heritage Hills. I coach out there, and I see they do fantastic work over there with all kinds of a range of athletes when it comes to ages. I'm seeing some adults and adults in there trying to better their game.
Yeah, and if you're interested in S3, take a virtual tour over at www.s3performancetraining.com.
4th down and 1. York Tech going for it here with just over 5.5 minutes to go here in the
Gutsy
second
play.
quarter. Yes. Quarterback
sneak.
keeper.
And he got it.
Looks like he got it, too.
Wow.
Kind of went off to the left-hand side versus going right
Behind
over
that
the center.
guard.
I don't think he had it up the middle, and I think he saw that. And he
Got
did what he had
behind
to
this
do.
big offensive lineman there, and they pushed him into the first down.
Also, our other sponsor, Scholar Prep and Tutoring with Sherry Washington. Give her a call at 717-537-1922. Fairview Early Learning Community Center, located at 465 South Pine Street and also 100 Lafayette Street in York, Pennsylvania. Their phone number is 717-900-1962.
5 minutes to go here before halftime.
York Tech with the ball. And they give to number 23 for York Tech.
Getting positive yards now, though. That's
Childs
what they
Hunter.
want. I'm sorry, who was that?
That was Childs Hunter with the carry.
Hunter.
And we've been calling Hunter name a few times so far in this
Yes.
game. Also want to give a shout out to Basil Insurance, located at 2210 West Market Street, York, Pennsylvania, 17403. Greg Basil, he's been a part of our program for a lot of years now. His phone number is 717-792-6400. Call them for all your car, home, business, and life insurance needs. Nice handoff.
Off tackle.
Positive yards, positive yards.
And also, we cannot forget Parma's Pizza of Dallastown with our good friend Darren Bonaquista. He's located at 476 East Main Street. Their phone number is 717-501-5608. Pizza's so great, you'll scrape your plate.
There you go. Took the words right out of my mouth, dude.
I'm actually hungry.
We may be working up an appetite at the rate we're talking here. And the heat.
And finally, our seventh sponsor for tonight, which is going to be our sponsor throughout the whole season, and that's York Medical Solutions with Keith and Becky Real. That's the husband and wife team of our county. You can give them a call at 717-487-4382, or you can email them at r@yourmedicaresolutions.net.
Wow, the husband and wife team. That's great.
And they also have a son. You're pretty familiar with Ben Real, the 6'7" junior for Central
him?
York.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I went to school with the dad.
Yeah,
so, and
absolutely.
It's awesome. Spring Grove Rockets in the house.
They've been very, very kind to us the last couple of years. Becky and Keith Real, helping us out, and being a sponsor, we can get their information out as well. They're helping you with all they're your local experts to help you with your Medicare health insurance and find a plan that's right for you. Whether you're just becoming medical eligible or you want to review your existing plan, check them out. Again, give them a call at 717-487-4382.
Big shout out to all the sponsors, and today it's all possible. Roxamore Sports Network in collaboration here with Sports Shooting Stars. So far, so good. A beautiful day out here.
Yes. Yeah. James Buchanan with a 7-0 lead right now with 4 minutes to go here before halftime.
And this collaboration is a Pennsylvania thing because they're out of Pittsburgh. We're in southern Pennsylvania, so it's a great collaboration. Looking to do a lot more, and like I said, clean broadcast, and got a really good team of commentators making it happen.
I just can't wait to see the food that they bring up at
That's a
halftime.
fumble.
Oh yeah, I'm eagerly anticipating that, Marcellus.
Hold on, there's food?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We may be the only ones here in the press box here. You know what
Yeah.
I
I
mean?
think we might be.
We're not used to getting catered, so we're getting food today. I mean, that's a great way to start our season.
No doubt about it.
Rock must he must have requested it early on. Hey,
Yeah,
if I'm here, I need the food to be there as well.
Put it
Papa
in.
Rock did it for
That's
us,
right.
man. He didn't drive this whole way to not get the food.
Ball set up at the 42-yard line with 3:23 to go. Second down and 11 for York Tech.
They were moving the ball there a little bit, Todd. Had a little fumble on that one play there. They got the ball back. Definitely would love to see them get some points here on this drive. Keep this close.
Before heading into halftime here.
And that's a slow handoff.
Back to the running game.
There you go. He's still grinding. Looked like he picked up 8 there.
Yeah, that's a
Number
great run.
19.
King Zion Matei.
Yes, we've been calling his name a few
Well,
times.
he was a
former quarterback.
He was a former quarterback last year, playing safety on defense as well. Noah's dad, Yachty. His dad's Yachty Matei, and like I said, a very colorful guy. Does a little bit of everything, and like I say, he does a really good job with his kids as well, man. So big shout out to King Zion.
In James Buchanan territory now. Ball set up at the 49-yard line.
Finally got that ball over that 50-yard mark.
Yeah.
Right
Back
up
to
the
that
middle.
running game.
Grinding it right up the middle.
And that looks like that's the game plan so far. In this first half, they're not really throwing the ball at all. They're just pretty much playing defense and just grinding the ball with the runs. Like to see them open up the playbook a little bit more. Trust your guys and see if they can make a play.
have, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
It
They're
does look
playing very conservative so far. I like to see them open up the playbook somewhat.
The grinding seems to pay off a little bit, though. The first couple drives, they just weren't getting anything. And now they're starting to get little 4 or 5 yard chunks. Let's see if now that they're on the other side of the field here, let's see if they can punch something in.
New set of downs. First down, 10.
And it's that wing T offense that coach loves to run. And it looks like that may have been a passing play there, or at least a rollout.
False start.
As the season goes on, I think they'll clean some of that up. The first game jitters, but they've definitely, as soon as they get some positive yards, play like this, now they got to go back 5.
And speaking of York Votech, how about that field house they have over there where we filmed the
had
playoff
wow.
games the last couple of years? I mean, their
Basketball.
field house is something else. It was rocking and rolling last year
I was in
during
there
the playoffs.
as a fan watching you two work, man. That was incredible.
It was
great
incredible.
Atmosphere. Great atmosphere. Has to be one of the best gyms
yeah.
in the area for a basketball game.
Absolutely. High school gym, man.
Yes.
Go check out York Tech if you guys get the opportunity. That's a
County
place you want to go.
championships, or even semis. It's just a great atmosphere.
And if you want to go to York Tech, you have to pass a class, I believe.
Yes.
You have to write like an essay, pass a class. It's very hard to get in there. So big shout out to all the York Tech students that made it over there going to trade school.
Yeah, for sure.
I sometimes feel that's often overlooked. They seem to push colleges, but man, you can get in and trade technical and get out and make some great money with little cost involved, little debt involved.
It
really.
is so
it's
important
great,
these days. Yeah.
I mean,
sure.
I always
particularly
push
with the cost of colleges now.
Yeah, absolutely. I always push going to college to further your education, but I see a lot of kids starting to go towards the trade school route and, going to pretty much working after a year after being out of school. So
and making decent wages.
Oh,
too.
man, making more money than us.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and by the time the other cats are out of college, now the foreman, the guy that went right to the trade school.
No doubt.
So,
Yeah. He has a head start.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's two routes you can take. We'll always encourage to take both, but make sure you check out the trade schools, which York Tech is.
Back to the action
Back
here.
to action here. First down at 15, and there may have been another. Oh, timeout by James Buchanan.
They wanted to make sure
They'll have one remaining here with 1:37 to go before halftime. Your score, James Buchanan 7, York Tech 0. In a rather fast-moving first half here, gentlemen.
And we want to highlight their touchdown came from a fumble on the 1-yard line. The James Buchanan lineman picked up, and they just kind of ran in the very next play.
Hunter Egel with a 1-yard touchdown run. It's been the lone score in tonight's game.
Absolutely. But James Buchanan has been in the red zone 3 times so far, and York Tech has done a great job 2 out of 3 times of not denying them of getting in the end zone.
Yeah, for sure. I'd love to see the total yardage now.
It's
probably about even, to be honest with you. It's not.
Yeah.
York
And the
Tech's-
pass attempts have to be under 10 from each team.
Oh,
There's
absolutely.
not many at all. With
One thing that kind of
to go.
sticks out, I believe you guys will agree as well, is the special teams for James Buchanan. They're doing a great job so far, and that can keep them in the game and keep them in the lead as well.
That's the difference so far.
Okay, interesting to note here, York Tech with no timeouts, 1:37 to operate right now with the ball, looking to throw deep,
That's the first throw. Deep, and it bobbles, and he
in and out of
very
the hands
close.
of his intended
very
receiver.
Close.
Woo.
Yeah,
But Ty got the throw back there.
Scarborough Sterling.
I like it. I mean, you keep the defense honest,
Yeah.
right? You go
We
deep just to
talked
let them
about
know.
it, and
The more you go deep, it's going to open up the run game because now you got your CBs are going to be backed up a little bit. So let's see how Coach, calls the next couple of plays.
What Coach has dialed up here with 1:28 to go. It brings up a 2nd down and 15.
I love how they use the former quarterback who's now running back. Yeah, that's one thing that King can do there. Stretch the field.
As we said, no Anthony Torres back there. He just graduated, over 1,933 yards
And back
last
to
year.
that running game.
Oh, yeah.
Good tackle.
120 to
Hunter
go
Childs with the carry.
here. 120 to go before half.
Clock continues to tick. Want to emphasize no timeouts for York Tech right now, so it's rather imperative they speed things up here. 3rd down and 7, ball on the 44-yard line. James Buchanan.
Say what? Are you serious?
Under a minute remaining. Fumble recovered.
There's been a few of those here so far.
Few fumbles so far, absolutely. Got to get those jitters
Between
out.
The center and the
Yeah.
quarterback.
And that's a new relationship as well.
Whole new offense, new quarterback, new coach. They'll get it. Keep your heads up.
Kind of shooting themselves in the foot, but York Tech is still right in this game. It's only a 1-score game.
Score lead right now, and the clock continues to tick under 30 seconds remaining before halftime. It brings up a 4th down and 7.
And if I'm not mistaken, they get the ball again to start the half because I remember when I was
Yeah.
doing the intro.
The game got underway rather quickly, Marcel.
Yes, it did.
And James Buchanan will use their last timeout with 23.3 seconds to go as York Tech looking to go for it on 4th and 7.
There's a couple things you can do here. I mean, one, take a shot in the end zone, see if you get a pass interference. Obviously, I'm not as familiar. I don't know how the field goal kicking situation is for York Tech. Hopefully they got someone in there from that's got a little bit of a leg to him. But
They maybe get in field goal position here with just 23 seconds remaining.
I'd like to kind of see that King Zion again do that little bit run back throw there, man, like he did a few minutes ago.
Well, I often say when you have teams who are kind of like, on the bottom end, not scoring a lot of points or, not being at the top of their division, you got to kind of mix it up a little bit. I like to see trick plays. I like to see him open up the playbook. You just can't be conservative, throughout the whole game. So I would love to see him do a little bit more.
They're going to punt it off.
Great kick. Fielded by number 4.
From James Buchanan. That's Jacob Fry.
Give them 13 seconds to work with there before halftime.
And we talked about Jacob Fry coming into the game as one of the players to watch for James Buchanan, number 11.
I want to remind the fans, this is the first of 2 games tonight. Our second game will feature East Pennsboro here against York Surburban. The home team tonight gets some home cooking here. The Trojans.
I can imagine we'll see a lot more people funneling in here as the sun starts to go down a little bit for that big game tonight. But we got a dandy right now.
James Buchanan would love to get another score on the board. And they're in shotgun. And the ball's tipped.
Ooh.
Tip incomplete.
Kind of floated there for a second.
Yeah.
8.9 seconds remaining here before halftime. Second down and 10. Ball on the 31-yard line of James Buchanan. As you mentioned, the Rockets would maybe like to get another score here with essentially 9 seconds to go, but
Looks like they're going to go heavy on the one side here.
far side. Trips formation.
Looking to throw the ball again.
Ooh.
Through behind his intended receiver. Intended for Christian Pine.
Third down.
Third down 10, 4.7 seconds to go.
And you don't want to do anything too risky here. Maybe just want to
you're
run the
up.
ball, just run into the halftime up 7-0 and readjust, do some adjustments for second half.
At the end of the quarter, I got some generic commercials I usually run to give you guys maybe a 2-3 minute break before you do your halftime show.
Okay.
Almost there, gentlemen. Want some there, man.
And back to the running game there, right up the middle.
And that's going to pretty much
Yes.
take us to the halftime.
Hunter Egel.
Wow, what a first half.
Yeah.
Back and forth a little bit. Mostly special teams dominated there by James Buchanan.
And a run-heavy offense by both teams. It
Absolutely.
gives James Buchanan the 7-0 lead as both teams head into the locker room here on a hot, steamy night right here from Dick May Field.
Yeah, it's been a defensive game so far, but, only 7-0. We should expect to see some more scores in the second half, but so far it's been a very good game. First game of the year. Got to get some of those jitters out, and they did that, so...
Yeah,
Of
for
course,
sure.
tonight's game being brought to you by Roxamore Sports Network in collaboration with Sports Shooting Stars.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to Roxamore staff as well. They have some people on the camera running the computer at Rock here as well. So it's a great collaboration, having a really
Full
good time.
team effort, huh?
Yeah, having a great time.
Papa Rock and his whole squad here.
Yes.
We're going to take a little break. Coming up here with a few announcements. Live Dick May Field. Marcellus Gutwald, Dew Jones with Todd Edwards.
Yep. See you guys in a few.
Roxamore Sports Network.
Trouble can find anyone. At Frank Walker Law, we take the time to understand your situation and work tirelessly on your behalf. Hard-hitting representation when you need it the most. A real law firm getting real results.
Hi, welcome to Fit for Boxing Club.
Here at Fit for Boxing, you'll find a fast, fun, and effective workout where you can burn up to 1,000 calories.
Come try a free class at Fit for Boxing, where beginners are always welcome. It's fun for the whole family, people of all ages. Old or young, it doesn't matter. In addition to our trainer-led workouts, we also offer private lessons, community, fundraiser, and team building events for local companies and more.
Hi, my name's Mario. I've been a member at Fit 4 Boxing for a little over a year now. If you need to get a good workout in, come to Fit 4 Boxing, and Rich and his staff will take care of each and every one of you.
Fit for Boxing Club is located in Hampton Township, just outside of the city of Pittsburgh on William Flynn Highway. Come learn how to box and have fun. Call Fit 4 Boxing Club at 412-213-3584 or visit our website at www.fit4boxingclub.com.
want to put a spotlight on some of these kids who could be going places, and we want to be there to help them get to the next level, whether it be Division I, Division II, Division III, NAIA, junior college, wherever they want to go, we want to support them and get them to the top.
We have some pretty successful and high-level bowlers that were able to gain exposure through Roxamore Sports Network. And so for me, the decision was a no-brainer from the standpoint of it elevated the profile of our athletic department, it elevated the profile of our school district, and most importantly, it elevated the profile of our student athletes.
To bring light and a mic to a situation to make a difference. that's what Roxamore has always meant to me.
What surprised me the most about Roxamore is, well, how dedicated it was.
So I'd absolutely recommend Roxamore Sports Network, and why is simply because Roxamore Sports Network is in it for the business of helping kids.
Delivering a sports experience like no other. That makes you say, oh, that's all right. As an old man would once say, that's all right.
Roxamore Sports Network, in collaboration with Sports Shooting Stars. It's the York Rose Bowl Kickoff Classic. Very first game, we're at halftime right now. James Buchanan, 7. That's right, the Rockets got 7, and the York Tech Spartans, 0. So far, the game has definitely come down to field position, special teams, which James Buchanan has been pretty much dominating that. But going into the second quarter here, right before halftime, we've seen York Tech start to move the ball a little bit and start to get a little bit more confidence under center. So right now, right in the middle of the halftime break, make sure you stay tuned in with us. Whole lot of action coming up here in the second half. Roxamore Sports Network.
Hello, I'm Leon Rockymore, founder and CEO of Roxamore Sports, Media, and Ministries. The beginning of Grief from Home Services, it was an epiphany moment for me. I had a relative that recently passed away during this COVID-19 epidemic. I have family members up and down the East Coast, down in Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, all the way up. The funeral was here in Pittsburgh. The funeral home wouldn't let no more than 10 people in to view the body. I said, you know what? They're not going to get an opportunity to have closure with my family member, with their family member. And so it began. I began to say, why not take what we have, what we've done with the sports network, and now open up a new department in Roxamore and make a new platform for Grief for Home Services. It's a ministry because it's service, and we are here to serve. We want to help families be able to still attend the funeral. We will go there, stream it for you, and you'll be able to watch it in real time with the loved ones who are there. Sometimes we just don't want to be alone. And we want the families who are grieving for their loved ones to know that they're not alone, that Roxamore is in this with you. I am in this with you. We stand together to help you grieve, to help you have closure, and to help support you through these difficult times until it passes. And this too shall pass, but we will be here ready to serve you, your family, and your friends. May God be with you. May God bless you and keep you during this difficult time.
Let me help you with your vision, they losing their sight here. Time to send the world a message they might hear. Like Meek Mills, I'm making it quite clear. I'm chasing my dreams and fighting my nightmares. I'm going real hard, I'm talking words you understand, I'm talking real bars. I'm going everywhere you know, I'm talking real far. Yeah, it's time to raise a toast to this thing to the Lord the most. As I go from coast to coast, I'm talking north side, I'm talking south side, I'm talking east side, I'm talking west side. I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide. Yeah, it's time to let you know how I spit it when I flow. When I go and light a fuse and I set to let it blow. I'm talking worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide. Yeah, time to check my status and the GOAT is what it be. And you know I'm over 30, so my level is a G. And I may be from the hood, but I'm way beyond these streets. And my pockets hate a diet, so they always down to eat. Even though they screaming fame, and it's always spelling me. And I'll never hang it up till my mission is complete. And I'm looking at you haters, I suggest you take a seat. Cause it's all fun and games to a killer show his teeth. This is for them cats that be screaming homies. Claiming that you're real, but we know you're phony. Now I'm chillin' with my sons, they my one and only. Like the Triller brothers, yeah, we screaming lions only. Step into this den, I welcome all who will dare. Never met a David, tell me whom shall I fear? Gotta rep the nation, black and gold is what I wear. If you look to your left, to your right, I'm everywhere. I'm talking worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide, yeah.
Yes, Roxamore Sports Network. I don't know how you don't get pumped up after watching that promo leading in here in collaboration with sports shooting stars Marcellus Gutwald. I'm here with the Dream Team, Todd Edwards, Duke Jones. We live right now, Dick Mayfield.
The inaugural 2023 version of the York Rose Bowl right here. What an event. And halftime right now, it's low scoring. James Buchanan with a 7-0 lead, courtesy of a 1-yard touchdown run by running back Hunter Egel. And that's been the lone score due so far here.
Yeah, that was off of a fumble that the lineman picked up for James Buchanan, and they did a great job with this punching in, going 1 yard out for the touchdown. And now we're about to kick off the second half, probably about 4 minutes away. You can see the players getting together with their team. This is the first of 5 games we will be featuring on Roxamore Network Sports, and it should be a really good matchups, throughout the broadcast, throughout the weekend, pretty much.
Well, we'll have some local flavor. Obviously, York Tech playing now. The next game tonight, the nightcap, York Surburban defending their home field against East Pennsboro. And then how about tomorrow night's matchup? Really kind of a main event. Harrisburg taking on York High. I believe that's the first time they've met since 2015.
Wow, two powerhouses.
And you recall last year, Harrisburg lost to St. Joseph Prep in the state final game in 6A action. It should be a barn burner tomorrow between Harrisburg and York
both teams
High.
are going to be in there hungry, getting that first game, setting the tone for the whole season.
Yes.
Hey, you can't forget about Stilton High Spire. They're coming out 1A state champs from 1A, going against Imani Christian. Should be another good matchup. High-power teams out of the Mid-Penn area.
Well, Steel High, led by their quarterback, 3-time state champ Alex Irby, who has had a lot of Division I offers, namely Penn State on the docket, along with Maryland. And Imani Charter, want to mention Deshaun Foster, a big linebacker, quarterback, a player to keep an eye on. He has recruiting offers from Michigan and Penn State, so it should be another main event matchup. That'll be the mid-game tomorrow here from Dick Mayfield. It's a full slate of football action. Hey, I didn't get a chance to say it, but Happy New Year to our viewers. I mean, it's a new season. And
for sure, man. And it's just an honor to be out here, like I mentioned in the get-go, but with two of the best in Pennsylvania and global, Roxamore Sports Network, Sports Shooting Stars, hoping to do this each and every year. As you said, it's the Kickoff Classic. Love to see what this event looks like, a decade from now.
Yes, no doubt about it. And we're moments away from the start of the second half here. Of course, James Buchanan, as we mentioned earlier, with a 7-0 lead over York Tech. York Tech's still in it, but it's really been a game of running by both teams.
Not too many passes, a lot of runs.
If you like the air raid, you're not going to see that so far, at least in the first half, from either team. But who knows? Maybe they'll open it up here. They make some adjustments in the halftime and come out.
We also want to encourage the fans that's watching to go to Roxamore Sports Network, go to their website, go to their social medias, go check them out, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and everything in between. And also Sports Shooting Stars. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and also Instagram.
And we're underway here to start the second half. Kick to the up man. Past the 30-yard line, and a decent field position for York Tech, which they have not had that a lot during tonight's game, Marcel's.
Yeah, if they can go back to what they were doing there in the middle of the second quarter, getting some decent chunk plays, 4 or 5 yards, but they can't keep shooting themselves in the foot. That was the big thing.
Yeah, and I got to mention again, York Tech, with the graduation of Anthony Torres, they used to just give him the ball. He was the workhouses. Yeah, Anthony Torres was a workhorse for York Tech. You pretty much give him the ball, and you're getting at least 100-plus yards per game.
Nearly 2,000 yards rushing last year, too.
Crazy.
And he also played basketball for York Tech.
Played basketball. Co-Offensive Player of the Year for YIAA, Division III.
Back to action here,
and a flag call. Offensive line that he had to work with last year. I know it was an improving, unit there, but he just almost 2,000 yards is incredible.
Looks like the flag called again, the penalty against York Tech. It's going to move him back 5 yards.
Seems like York Tech definitely has a lot more of the penalties going on their side. The flags are definitely dropping on their side so far.
The referees are doing their job tonight.
Well,
they've been throwing that flag all night long.
They're earning their pay out there? Is that what you're saying, Du?
Yes, sir.
And back to that running game.
And that's a good tackle.
Hunter again. getting some chunk yards.
Yes, another carry. Hunter Childs.
He looks more like a man out there than a child's. But
Man-child, how about that?
There you go.
Second and 6.
Yeah, second and 6. Manageable here now for York Tech.
That was a big chunk play.
And a quarterback keeper for some positive yards.
Third and manageable coming up here now. Ticking down to about 11 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
King Zion there with the carry.
Definitely caught his name quite a few times.
Yeah, you're going to see King Zion on the offensive side getting the ball quite a few times on offense and also plays safety on defense. As we said earlier, was the former quarterback last year for the York Tech Spartans.
List him at 5'7", 145 pounds.
Great job from James Buchanan. Pretty much sniffed that play out immediately for a loss of 1 for York Tech.
Fourth down. Interesting to see here what the York Tech Spartans do here, what they have dialed up on fourth down as the clock is under 10.5 minutes here in the third quarter from Dick Mayfield for the inaugural 2023 York Rose Bowl. Brought to you tonight by Roxamore Sports Network.
They're definitely not local, man. They're global.
Oh.
The Roxamore Sports Network.
Follow them on Facebook, YouTube page.
They got us streaming live 9 different avenues right about now, I believe, all over the world. What?
Yeah, they looked at the punter looked at the sideline, got the punt off, takes a bounce.
Wow.
That was a
What
pretty
in Tech's favor, inside the 5-yard line, down to about the 4-yard line. A phenomenal punt after some hesitation there.
Yeah, that worked out for James Buchanan. That was a strange play right there.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, it worked out for,
York Tech.
York Tech, I'm sorry. I meant to say York Tech. I'm
York
sorry.
Tech.
We might see that later being shared by Sports Center or something. That was just, I don't know.
Going.
I thought a trick play was about to happen, but, I think it was just a miscommunication.
Yes. Looked over at Coach. Coach was like, kick it. He kicked it right down to the 3-yard line.
Thankfully, he wasn't under pressure there, or he could have gotten drilled there. But sets up now James Buchanan inside their own 5-yard line with 9:42 to go. Just 96 yards or so to go. How about it?
That's a long field.
Yeah. A lot better than when they York Tech had to defend them from the 1 there a while back with that fumble. 44 straight
and back
to go.
Hunter Egel back with the carry. Egel, freshman, running back.
As we said earlier, both teams are very young teams. So, they have a lot of freshmen, juniors, and sophomores playing. I didn't see too many seniors as far as a bulk on either team.
A timeout called, the first here in the second half. It looks like an injury timeout right now. Looks like that's a York Tech Spartan. Cannot quite see the number from our vantage point here. This training staff tends to the injured player with 9:31 to go. Your score here in the third quarter. James Buchanan 7, York Tech 0. Want to remind the fans, do not go anywhere. We'll have a doubleheader tonight.
Doubleheader.
For sure.
As East Pennsboro makes their way down here to Dick Mayfield to take on the York Surburban Trojans. Have a feeling there'll be a lot of York Surburban Trojan fans coming out here later tonight.
Absolutely. If I'm not mistaken, I believe the York Trojan students get in for free. So that'd be very nice for them. They get in for free.
Well, I talked to some of them. They can't wait to meet some of us. So I'm going to try to make our way down from the broadcast booth after this game to go down a little bit and catch up with them. But go ahead, Marcellus.
When Todd and I were standing there, a couple people asking, "Hey, you guys doing the game tonight? You doing the game?"
Yeah,
we sure are.
Again, Roxamore Sports Network in collaboration here with Sports Shooting Stars. We thank them for coming in the whole way from the greater Pittsburgh area.
Yeah, brought the whole setup, brought multiple camera views. They got us in the skybox.
And they just don't do football. I mean, they broadcast soccer, swimming out in that greater Pittsburgh area. Volleyball.
Very similar to Sports Shooting Stars right here in hometown, York, PA.
Saw various media types also down on the sideline covering this, and of course they'll be here tonight. They're gonna be here tomorrow. We mentioned.
Oh man, it's gonna be packed house here tomorrow.
You may want to recommend to the fans that are tuned in here locally in the central Pennsylvania area, you may want to get here early tomorrow because some main event matchups taking place here tomorrow. Of course, we mentioned Steel High, York High versus Harrisburg.
Imhotep, Monty Christian.
Yep, Monty Christian.
Should be some great matchups.
And it looks like the injured Spartan on his feet now. It looks like that's number 1, Scarborough Sterling.
We also want to encourage the fans as well throughout the night. If you know any updates of any games throughout the county, go ahead and message Sports Shooting Stars in the inbox. Let us know. We're going to be following it as well. But, hey, you got any quick updates, go ahead and message us. Let us know. We'll give you a shout-out live on air for your contribution.
And it's funny you mentioned that. We got such an early start here at Dick May Field, but it's just coming up on 7 o'clock kickoff around the league as most games will get underway here. We're back to action here off the injury timeout.
A little bit of a stumble there from the quarterback and the running back handoff, but luckily there was no fumble there on that one.
And right now, Yorkville Tech needs to get something going. It hasn't.
And maybe when you say that, a turnover at this point, especially having James Buchanan backed up in their own end zone.
It's
a
very
pick six or a scoop and score, as they say.
It's very important to teach the defensive players to learn how to punch the ball, make a turnover, make a play on the ball, and I think that's super important, especially in a game like this where it's like a stalemate. You're pretty much going back and forth, and it's a very slow game. You want to make some plays on defense, so go ahead and punch at the ball, try to create a turnover. You know they're going to run the ball. Here's another run. Oh, that's a pass.
Oh, pass going downfield, in and out of the hands of his intended receiver.
And we see a pass about every 10 plays or something like that. So,
old school football here tonight.
Yes,
it is.
I think for a lot of fans, they're used to airing it out, that air raid style of football. And when you see more of a ground and pound style approach,
the Patrick Mahomes type offense now, where you're not even looking left, you're throwing right, you're just
almost like video game football, huh, Marcellus?
Unbelievable what's going on right now. But hey, defense still wins championships, they say. But, I know some people say you definitely need that offense, too. When you
and particularly at the NFL level, it seems like you need a franchise quarterback. If you don't have a franchise quarterback, your franchise struggles.
And there's another flag
now.
James Buchanan kicking out of their own end zone.
All right, well, York Tech might be getting a little bit of good luck coming on their side for once now.
Should have good field position after this punt, or they can get a block on the punt. Sometimes when you're kicking in the end zone, it's very easy for the defense to get to you and tip the ball or just make the kicker a little uncomfortable.
That brings out 4th down and 8. Now the ball set up at the 6-yard line, and
should give Yorkville Tech excellent field position. Catches on the bounce.
At the 30, 25.
And there's some room.
20, 15,
that's it.
10,
that's a
5.
touchdown. Too easy.
Too easy.
York
for the
Tech.
Score, King Zion.
King Zion Matai. Great job. And he's one of their star players. We mentioned him coming into the game. With that short field, that 35-yard scamper was nothing to him. Great job from King Zion.
And big shout-out to him, too, where he's coachable. They said, hey, look, you've been the quarterback. We're going to put you down as more of a kick returner, scat back, defensive back. And he's like, Coach, I'm here for you. He's doing whatever he can. Had that big throw that just got bobbled earlier in the first half. But, man, is that a game changer right there?
Yes, no doubt about that. And just like that, York Tech back into this game with the extra point pending here.
And as you can see, both teams have kickers that can kick the ball. That third phase.
Well, we're seeing this, dude. Now, it looks as if, they're setting up for the point after attempt. That's
number 7.
Number 7, Trenton. To try to tie things up here with 8:22 to go in the third quarter.
Another flag, though. That's going to add a couple yards, a little bit more difficulty there.
And throughout this game, both teams have had really good field position off the kicks and making something happen off of that. Great job from Yorkville Tech punching it in to nearly tie this game up.
It's almost a mirror of how the game started, switching it now for the York Tech.
It has been a defensive game so far for sure.
But boy, what a special team play.
That's a muff punt. A muff snap. I'm sorry. Great job from James Buchanan sniffing that out.
And James Buchanan with a 1-point lead, 7-6 right now. And
in a game like this, that's all you need, that little bit of advantage.
Where points are at a premium.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier, how important that field goal kicker, extra point kicker, or even just special teams is. That could come down to the very end there.
Yeah, it was a great 35-yard punt return by King Zion, and then, of course, they failed to convert on the point after attempt, and it gives the Rockets a 7-6 lead over the Spartans with 8:22 to go. Spartans getting set to kick off here, ball on the 35-yard line. And, and that's a live ball, no whistle blown now.
Wow.
Definitely didn't go 10 yards.
No,
but,
and they
got
heads-up play by James Buchanan.
Well, we do see a flag out there. No, that's the tee. That's the kicker
tee.
tee. I'm sorry.
You don't see that play too often, gentlemen.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
You dial that up in the playbook, or was that just kind of an accidental contact?
First game
move?
jitters
Yeah,
a little
maybe.
bit. Like, hey, it's a little different going out there with the crowd out there, and but just didn't look fluid on that one, to say the least.
But it sets up James Buchanan now with excellent field position there.
And both these teams should show up and show out. They're being filmed live by a couple different companies right now, and a lot of people got their eyes on this particular game. Got to start cleaning some things up and play a little bit better football on both halves.
If I was a college scout, though, I'd be looking at special teams there for James Buchanan.
Absolutely. That's where it's at.
For sure.
But again, I know teams like this, they're not, perennial powerhouses and things like that. So I know being featured on TV it's just a plus for them and for their family that's watching and things like that. So, don't want to take anything away from both teams that's playing. Big shout out to their family, their friends, their fans, the schools that's watching and here tonight.
And they put in the same effort.
Yep.
The other schools.
And it's a pleasure to get an opportunity to film these guys. Like I said, they're student athletes, and we're all about supporting student athletes.
And it's great that we've covered York Tech, another local school.
Yes.
I believe that's our first foray with York Tech football.
Yes, sir.
There's Hunter again. What a comeback.
Hunter, as a freshman, far side.
Well, he's making his mark as a freshman.
Yes.
Both teams have a lot of young core players here, but, man, that's one of them right there, number 44. Wow.
Already with a 1-yard touchdown run. And
there's tons of media all around the field. I mean, just imagine how it's going to be tomorrow if the media's out like this today. And big shout out to all the media that's coming through and, checking us out and showing some love.
Earlier in the week, I think the weathermen were calling for rain tonight, but, man, this is a beauty.
No, it's a beauty. And, for once, we're not going to get rained on. How about it?
Yeah. I like it.
We've been out. We've been out in all elements. I want to remind as our producer, Papa Rocky, he doesn't want any rain here tonight or tomorrow.
Because the cameras are exposed.
Yeah.
We're fine, but the cameras are exposed.
Yeah, that's always an element that we come across with having the cameras out there and just our equipment in the elements and dealing with what comes along with that, especially in the winter and, with the elements and, with the coldness and just
and the
just
weather
the moisture.
looks fantastic for the weekend, so I think we're really going to luck out.
We're going to luck out.
Brings up now a first down and 19. First and 20. Make that 1st and 20 for James Buchanan.
Not a lot of space there on that handoff.
No, not much going there.
York Tech's got some meat up front there. They've
They
been
do.
tough.
We gotta get a number. We gotta get some information on number 69 for York Votech.
Now, interesting, Deuce, number 69, we do not have in the roster.
Not on the roster. He's a big boy in the front line. Offensive tackle. That may be 65. I'm not for sure. Maybe 65.
Big returning starter here as well. Offensive line, defensive line, Pierce.
Alan Pierce, they list 6'2", 235 senior.
Well, actually, that's number 79.
Oh, overthrew his intended
Let's try to check that out, Todd. Let's look for number 79.
Cruz Antonio, he's listed as 5'11", 250 pounds.
Okay, he's a big boy. Yeah. He's a big boy.
5'11".
5'11", 250 pounds.
Very solid.
Yes. And just a junior for York Tech.
Yeah, they definitely have some young both teams, as Deuce said earlier about James Buchanan. Both teams are young, hungry for this first win. This really sets up the season. I know when I'm coaching, you get that first W right off the bat, kind of, your shoulders kind of come back a little bit. You're like, hey,
Seems like everything in practice worked out the way it's supposed to. You're very confident moving forward.
Brings up a timeout called out on the field with 7:29. James Buchanan calls the timeout with the lead. The Rockets 7, Spartans 6.
Got behind you here.
Oh, we have a special guest in the broadcast booth.
We definitely do. This guy right here, man. He's the reason this whole thing's been put together.
Here's Ron Coursey, the AD at York Surburban, pretty much the organizer for this event and organized for other showcase events in the past. Todd, let's go ahead and talk to Ron Coursey since he's here. I know he's running around like a chicken with his head cut off right now.
On the spot.
Well, you're here. Your thoughts tonight, Ron, on the event?
I think so far so good. I mean, it's a beautiful night. The temperature has turned out to be steadily decreasing, which is what we want. Crowd is filling in slowly. So I just think this is a beautiful start to what is going to be a beautiful weekend. So I thank you guys for being here, Sports Shooting Stars, in conjunction with Roxamore Sports Network. We really appreciate you guys covering the event because obviously, without you guys, we can't reach as many people, as many homes as we would like to. So thank you for being here.
Now, you mentioned it. I mean, for viewers locally that may want to come out to tomorrow, how do they go about getting tickets? Will tickets be at the booth? Talk a little bit about
Absolutely.
that.
So if you go on all social media outlets, YS Athletics, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, you'll see QR codes and a link to go ahead and buy advance tickets. If you're not comfortable with QR codes, there are also links where you can click on the link and purchase right to the site. If you just are an old-fashioned, I want to come to the gate and buy a ticket, you can do that as well. However, we are going cashless, which means we are taking credit cards, debit cards. We'll have a credit card reader. We'll sign you in. You'll pay via credit, and then you'll walk right in. So we encourage everyone to come out tomorrow, but I'm going to say it again. This is probably the 50th time this week I've said it. Come early because we are limited on seating, and tomorrow, especially the last two games, it's going to be standing room only in this place. So come early. That's my gift for all the people. Don't say I didn't warn you.
No doubt. Hey, Ron, real quick, what is the inspiration behind your showcase games? You've been doing this for a while, so give us some of the inspiration on why you do this, because you get some of the top name teams throughout Pennsylvania.
Well, I mean, I'm the type of AD that I like to do things big. I like to bring in signature events, stuff that's never been done in the area before. And for me, this is something that we've been doing for the past 5 or 6 years. We started out in Pittsburgh. We did it in Chambersburg last year with the Peach Bowl. And when I got the job at Suburban, I knew I wanted to bring it with me. It was just a matter of finding a theme, finding a broadcast crew such as yourselves, finding the perfect logistical setup to be able to continue the high-level event that we've been doing. So I love these things, man. I always, 48 hours before it starts, I'm looking at myself in the mirror like, what the heck were you thinking? But by Sunday, I'll be like, this was a great event, and I'll be gearing up for the next one. So for me, this is just a labor of love, man. It's a great way to raise money for our boosters. I'm hoping our boosters have a record night through concessions and some of the gate proceeds. It's a great way to get exposure to York Suburban, York City, York County. Obviously, like I said in the newspaper, it's different styles of football from all over. So it's the best of both worlds. It's a win-win. We can get good exposure, good football, make a little good money.
Yeah, I think you're doing a great job, man, and you're providing a niche that York County desperately needs, man. So big shout out to Ron Coursey.
I appreciate it.
The main organizer for this event for the York Rose Bowl, and also the AD at York Suburban. So expect more things come from Ron Coursey and the rest of the crew.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys again for being here, and we're only going to do it bigger and better next year. Well, we're not going to fast forward. Make sure you get here tomorrow. Come tomorrow. It's going to be a great time tomorrow, and then we're going to do it even bigger and better next year. And in between then, we'll have something special coming for basketball, Martin Luther King weekend. Stay tuned for that one.
Great. Thank you.
Great, man. What a teaser. Athletic Director for York Suburban, Ron Coursey, in the booth, along with Roxamore Sports Network, bringing the game really to you tonight.
Yeah, exactly,
Collaboration
man.
with Sports Shooting Stars.
Up here at the big booth, man, on the sky view here, Dick Mayfield, York Suburban. But right now, York Tech here looking to bounce back right here again.
They have the ball with just over 5.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter, down by 1, 7-6. James Buchanan with a 1-point lead. And we mentioned it earlier, points are at a premium here tonight, Marcellus.
Oh, yeah, for sure. This might come down to, like last year, it was 22-20. James Buchanan got the win. Both teams need to clean up the whistles here a little bit, or, getting the flags thrown on them. But that'll, like as we mentioned, throughout the game and, the season goes, that all gets smoother.
And it looks like they're moving back here, York Tech. 5-yard penalty now makes it 3rd down and 12. Ball will be set up at their own 26-yard line as the clock continues to tick with over 5 minutes to go. I see out beyond the fence here, it looks like that may be York Suburban.
Way out there, from the sky view.
Taking the practice field, getting ready. They'll be part of the nightcap tonight as East Pennsboro takes on York Suburban. Don't go anywhere. Get your bottled water, popcorn, and settle in.
Definitely get the popcorn. Yeah, you definitely want water.
Or maybe Uber to Eats, at home. And
we see a pass happening.
A pass downfield.
And this
almost picked off.
They just passed that in a parade of white jerseys.
Yeah.
I mean, they had their opportunity to pick that off. This one right between the hands.
Looks like there's a flag down as well.
Looks like Ben Moreland had a chance to pick it off, drop the ball.
Yeah, actually, it still almost got caught. If the wide receiver back there almost got it still.
Penalty declined. We'll bring up a 4th down and 12. And you would imagine, Marcellus, you'll see the punting unit.
Yeah, you would definitely think you'll see a kick here. Hopefully they get a clean one here.
Okay, 4th down and 12, punting unit out for York Tech. And a whistle blown. Timeout, York Tech.
They want to make sure they got a clean kick here.
Yeah, they'll use their first timeout here in the second half. Each team will have 2 timeouts remaining with 4:43 to go. James Buchanan 7, York Tech 6. The scoring tonight, well, a 1-yard touchdown run by James Buchanan running back Hunter Egel. And the lone score for York Tech, a 35-yard punt return due by Matai King Zion. And the point after attempt failed.
And we have a little bit of time to go ahead and give a shout out to our sponsors. If Rock is ready for that. No doubt.
Pop-up Rock here with us.
Thornton Automotive of Dover, big time sponsor. OSS Health, as well as S3 Performance Training, Scholar Prep and Tutoring, Fairview Early Learning and Community Center, Bayesian Insurance, Parma's Pizza of Dallastown, and Your Medical Solutions with Keith and Becky Rill. You'll see some of their logos and some of their stuff up on the screen momentarily.
A full slate of sponsors as we're back here ready for the punt by York Tech coming off the timeout.
They are 7 sponsors that's going to be with us throughout the whole season. So you'll hear us plugging them nonstop throughout the season.
I actually ran into the York Revs game, ran into Wes Myers there from Thornton Automotive. Big shout out to them as well. And the sponsors each year seems to grow, and just like Sports Shooting Stars has been growing, and as we mentioned tonight with Papa Rock, Roxamore Sports Network, just continuing. I can't wait to see what this classic bowl looks like 10 years from now.
Absolutely, bigger and better every year.
The punt's off,
and that's another great field position.
Another flag down.
And there's been flags throughout this whole game.
I feel like I'm watching my Raiders play. They always got flags.
Oh, man. Let's not talk about the Raiders. I got you.
There's Derek Plank.
And how about the NFL? Kicks off next week as well. Week 1, I believe, next week with
next
the NFL.
Thursday,
next Thursday.
Yeah, it's
football's back, man. And I love it.
Big way, yeah.
Steelers are undefeated. That's great.
With the Ravens, they're like 26-0 in preseason.
Until they lost,
Oh, they lost? Okay, wow.
The Commanders, I guess, yeah. But
Commanders now have, if I'm not mistaken, they have Magic Johnson as one of their minority owners, I believe. So
how about Magic, man?
Does everything, a little bit of everything.
I just saw his stats too, and somebody put him up. Just amazing. His obviously career was cut short.
Yeah.
I mean, he probably had another 5.
Yeah, absolutely. Played on the Dream Team, has 5 championships, Showtime
but he went
with the
from
Lakers.
Being an athlete to really a businessman and a successful entrepreneur.
Mogul entrepreneur, absolutely.
Guy's always got a smile on his face too.
No doubt. Back to the running game.
There's nothing there.
Not much going there.
Big shout out. There he is, number 65. That was one of the people that do mention to keep an eye on Offensive line, defensive line.
So 1 yard pickup. It would bring up a 2nd down and 9 for the Rockets with just over 4 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Haven't said much about the wide receivers for York Tech so far. I'd like to see them throw the ball a little bit. Just kind of open up the playbook. There's a little misdirection. You got the lead blocker.
Oh, a fumble.
And the ball's out.
Ball's out, and it looks like it was recovered by York Tech.
And that's a
And it
fumble
is.
by number 3 of Votech.
Marquise Parker.
Great run, but didn't finish it well at the very end. Did a great job of leading his blocker, getting some extra yardage, and just didn't secure the ball towards the end of that play.
Looks like there's an injured Spartan out in the field right now as the training staff is out to attend.
Hopefully it's just
Maybe a cramp with the heat out there. And
happens quite often, especially in the month of August.
It's interesting. You start the season out maybe wearing shorts and a polo shirt, and by the time the end of the season, we're going long sleeve and maybe a winter coat, you know.
There was a couple games last year I did with you guys on the sideline. Had to go a couple deep layers.
I love football. One of my favorite times of the year, but with it, you kind of the summer passes, and I'm a big summer fan, so it's.
Yeah, and while we're waiting for the team for the player to get up, student athlete, we want to wish him the best. But we also want to quickly go over our schedule this year for Sports Shooting Stars. Next week we have the Manheim Township game versus Dallastown, which is going to be a big time
schedule
game.
change, but yeah, I mean that should be a big matchup. You know, some rank Manheim Township number 1 in District 3.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Manheim Township, they got the big boys. They play big boy football, so that should be a really good game. That's at 9-1. That's next Friday. Manheim Township versus Dallastown at Dallastown. We'll be doing that game.
Come out. They're going to have a big tailgate party. They do that every year.
Yes, sir.
Sport Dallastown boosters and their home opener.
And big shout out to Parma's Pizza, Darren Bonaquisa. He's a big time supporter of the Dallastown and a huge part of that tailgating festivities.
Yes.
Also 9-8. Hempfield versus Central York, which is going to be another powerhouse game. You got your guy from Hempfield, David Powell, going to USC. Powell going to USC. Defensive lineman, offense and defense. You know, does a little bit of everything. Should be a really good game. Then we have West York. The very following week, we have West York versus York Suburban.
Which will be a Saturday game.
Saturday game, absolutely.
Game. I want to emphasize that to our fans.
And then we have York High versus Redline, which would be a really good matchup.
Oh, yeah.
I know Marcellus has a little bit of
he has that
connection there.
On his calendar.
Yes, he does.
I'm there.
That'll be at Horns Field, which is a huge.
First time ever we've had a football broadcast from Horn Field.
Well, speaking of horns, my son is in 8th grade, but he's one of the trumpet players, so
Wow.
he'll be on Horn Field, blowing his own horn, I guess.
We'll be featuring that as well. And then we have Dallastown versus Spring Grove and York High versus Central at the very end of our season.
Is the Spring Grove one at Spring Grove?
It's at Spring Grove.
Papermaker Stadium.
That's where I went to school, and man, I really want to see that game as well.
Well, that'll be the first time we're filming at
Spring Grove.
At Spring Grove, and I'm excited. They have a beautiful field.
I mentioned Dallastown. They have a player to keep an eye on. Junior wide receiver Michael Scott has 5 Division I offers, and talking to him last night, he senses there will be more offers coming after the first 3 weeks of the season.
Oh, absolutely. Michael Scott is lights out. Great football player. Great kid as well. Good student athlete. He's actually made our power list as far as players at number 4.
Nice. A little misdirection.
He has a block in front of him.
Ooh.
That's just a good tackle by number 4 of James Buchanan.
Derek Plank with the tackle.
And we're also going to do a couple of district games this year like we normally do. We do 1 or 2 district games towards the end of the season, so keep an eye out for that. Like I said,
it's going to be interesting to see what teams from this area make district.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, we've known Central to be on a roll every year. Will they continue their success?
And
led by Joel's Goff, a running back commit to University of Pitt.
Number 1 of our power list for players out of YIAA. Keep an eye on Dover as well. They made it to the district playoffs last year.
We did that game.
Yes, we did.
Yes, with their win.
That's a nice pitch out. Taking his time a little bit.
Yeah. You almost want to hit the hole and go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Looks like a powerful guy, too. I think he could take it right up in there. But
bowl some people over.
We were talking about Spring Grove a little while ago. We got to give a big shout out to my neighborhood good friend Tom Trone Jr. He's the new coach out there.
Great job.
Played backyard football for years, so I made a joke out there on social media that that we helped with that whole thing. But it's just a football household. His dad, Tom Trone Sr., has lots of records out there at Spring Grove, and Tom Jr. is out there, with the main clipboard now for Spring Grove.
How special would that be for you to return to Spring Grove? Your alma mater.
Absolutely. And to get in for free. Ain't that pretty sweet?
Yeah,
That's the sweetest deal of all, getting in for free. Big
nice
shout out
ring
to
to free, isn't it?
Yeah, big shout out to all the athletic directors throughout the county and everywhere we go. They're very accommodating. They make sure we're okay. Like I said, we appreciate what the fans bring to the table and of course the student athletes, but got to give a big shout out to the athletic directors because they're the ones that give us the green light to come in the film.
A punt here by the Spartans.
It's another good roll.
Nice. York Tech bounce inside the 5, maybe down near the
Great job.
That's twice so far this half with the kick back there.
James Buchanan up.
Got to give a lot of props to both the kickers on both teams, man. They're really making this game worthwhile, to be honest with you. Doing a great job of, kicking the ball within the 10-yard line.
For sure.
Yeah, a minute 20 remaining here in the third quarter. Your score, James Buchanan 7, York Tech 6.
Now you can give a shout out to a sponsor.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's go ahead and shout out to our sponsors again while we have a small break here. Let's go to Fairview Early Learning Center with our good guy, Vincent Jamison. You can check them out. They have 2 locations, one at 465 South Pine Street, the other one at 100 Lafayette Street, York, Pennsylvania.
Big shout out to what they're doing for the youth and for education.
Yeah, and Vince also coaches for York High as well. So, he's been our second-year sponsor. Big shout out to him as well.
Yeah. Roxamore Sports Network got us looking great here.
Well, while we got a time, you can probably hop up another sponsor while we got this opportunity.
Parma Pizza. We're talking food now with Darren Bonaquisti, Parma Pizza.
Parma's Pizza, as you can see, a longtime sponsor of Sports Shooting Stars.
Located at 476 East Main Street, right here in Dallastown. Their phone number 717-501-5608. Pizza so great, you'll scrape your plate.
There it is, Thornton Automotive of Dover with Wes Myers, general manager. Use the website, check it out right now, thorntondover.com.
Yeah, big shout out to Thornton with Wes Myers, a sponsor for the basketball season as well. Did 28 games last year, and they sponsored every single one. So big shout out to Thornton Automotive.
Located right on Route 74 in Dover, across from Max Ice Cream, 3885 Carlisle Road, Dover, PA. Facebook.com/Thornton Automotive Dover.
Back to action here, gentlemen. And a carry.
And it just has been a ground and pound game for both ball clubs throughout for the last 3 quarters. I doubt they're going to switch anything up at this point.
I don't think so. After halftime, and the adjustments, I
don't think there was much adjustments either.
I don't think there were many adjustments made.
Yeah.
I want to see King Zion with another run pass option play. Just let it fly.
Well, for Yorkville Tech, I believe King Zion Matai, he's probably the best offensive weapon that they do have. So you want to get him involved more. I mean, just keep feeding him the rock. Much as what they did last year with Anthony Torres, they fed him the ball almost 80% of the plays, and that's what you got to do with King Zion. There's a pass, and he's sacked in the end zone.
Oh, he gets the ball off.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Very close to having a safety by the Spartans defense.
Man, that would have been a game changer once again.
Kenny Glover inches away from that, as he pointed out. Yes,
he could smell the highlight
and potentially giving the Spartans a lead. As we mentioned, points are at a premium tonight, 7-6. James Buchanan.
Rockets 7, Spartans 6. 35 seconds left here in the third.
Third down and 7, ball on the 7-yard line of James Buchanan.
They've been working out their own end zone pretty much the whole game. It's been very tough, but you got to give a lot of credit to the kickers. The kickers are doing a great job at really backing them up and pinning them back.
A
Absolutely.
timeout now by James Buchanan. That will give them one timeout remaining here.
It's been a little bit.
You wonder how costly that may be, knowing you have a whole nother quarter and it's only a 1-point game. You only have one timeout going into the fourth quarter.
Tale of two halves so far, too. I mean, the beginning, the Rockets were just pretty much dominate with the field position, and now they, for the second time in the second half, in the 5-yard line, long field to go, and not able really to get anything going.
And as the fans can see, the sun is starting to set somewhat a little bit.
Beautiful sunset here, blue skies with a little clouds, but cool the temperatures down a little bit, at least for the second game here tonight.
Yes,
featuring
sir.
East Pennsboro at York Surburban.
And we're moments away from pretty much the kickoff of YIAA throughout the whole county. York and Adams County, I think they kick off at 7:30, if not 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock, so that already happened.
I will try during the course of the broadcast to get some scores.
Also on the Roxamore Sports Network, we have Central Catholic versus Woodland Hill Wolverine. That stadium is packed. Oh, wow. Central's winning 8-6. Central's a bad team. Central Catholic.
And Woodland Hills.
Yeah.
It's-
That is the home school, Dan Marino. Oh, wow.
Yeah, some big games happened throughout the state and also in Pittsburgh with Central Catholic versus Woodland Hills. As we know, Central Catholic is the home of Dan Marino, legendary quarterback for the Miami Dolphins, and also Woodland Hills is a perennial powerhouse out of Pittsburgh.
Miles Davis out of there. There was so much talent out of that side of the
that state. I think of LeVar Arrington, too, out of Wood.
Ooh, Gronkowski.
A lot of heads, a lot of good football players came out of Woodland Hills. I remember last year.
Gronk was a basketball player as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
The brothers. We almost going to say the Gronk brothers because
That's like 3 of them.
Yeah. Crazy.
Well, I know last year York High went against Woodland Hills, and that was a very tight, contested game. Came down to 1 touchdown. Woodland Hills walked away with the victory, but York High was right there the whole time. If you want to go ahead and recap that game and look at it from last year, you can go to Roxamore Sports Network and look at that game and see some of the players. Some of the guys graduated, like Jaheim White and Sam Stoner and those guys from York High. And Woodland Hills had a slew of good players that graduated and is off to college now.
Nice.
Well, the Spartans got the safety.
Oh, wow. So that is called,
yes.
that's considered a safety. Okay.
With the eye test, it was right there. So 8-7.
The year before, seen them all.
It was all over the place.
We got dead air. It's only at the top.
30 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Small little break. We got the Rockets with 7, and now the Spartans with that safety.
Yeah, York Tech with the safety and the 1-point lead right now.
8-0 run here in the
With
second
30
half.
seconds remaining here in the third quarter.
We said it was going to come down to the end, man, like last year. It looks like it just might.
Yeah, last year the game went 22-20 in favor of James Buchanan. So I know Yorkville Tech wanted to get some lick back with that.
Yeah, and as we mentioned, James Buchanan won that game and then ended up winning 3 out of their next 4 and then really hit the middle part of their schedule. And it got tough from there. I think they ended 3-7, if I'm not mistaken. But this is a big, big game for both teams. You want to set out the season with that W.
With the dub, yeah, no doubt about it. Start off on the right foot here to kick off the 2023 season.
And this is a great way to kick it off with the York Rose Bowl. We got to keep telling the fans about that. First of its kind in York County. 5 games is going to be featured, with this being the first.
Back to the running game right
There's
up
some
the
yardage
middle.
there.
Yeah, big-time run.
Number 19.
By Colton Nate. 5'11", 180 pound.
Looks like a strong guy right there himself.
A junior running back.
They got some talent here. Hopefully they run this game back next year as well. Both teams very evenly matched so far, it looks like. And
That may be the final play here.
And we also have to mention. Sorry, Todd. We also have to mention that these teams are playing on a neutral field, a neutral field.
Neutral field.
I said neutral. I meant to say neutral field. So it's an away game for both ball clubs.
And that's the end of the third quarter right here. The Roxamore Sports Network presentation. We're going to go here to a few commercials. Check them out.
We'll be back momentarily.
Roxamore Sports Network in collaboration with Sports Shooting Stars. I'm Marcellus Gutwalt here with Todd Edwards, Dude Jones.
Hey, while we got a second, Marcellus, give the fans a little background about what you do. You're one of the main guys over at 92Q, located out of Baltimore radio station, and you can hear him also on Rudders.
Why go anywhere else?
There it is.
That's it.
Yeah, I've been doing radio for over 23 years, and man, I was just sitting at home with Pops watching the high school basketball and watching Dude Jones, Todd Edwards doing the play-by-play, and my dad was a huge fan, and I said, I got to reach out to them and do a message, and next thing I know, I'm in the booth.
And here you are.
Roxamore Sports Network. What an honor, man. This is great.
Absolutely, man. You guys are talented guys, man. You and Todd, like I said, we really appreciate what you guys bring to the table, and like I said, it's always a pleasure to have you guys in the booth with us.
That was Hunter Childs with a carry.
Looks like a blitz. And they got him. Oh,
got the way. That's Hunter.
Came very close.
Right.
Yeah.
That was a whiff, but Hunter takes it there. Looks like we're ready at the 20-yard line. First.
York Tech content to pound the ball, pound the rock right now, and it's been.
And York Tech is starting to knock on the door a little bit to that end zone, so we're looking for a touchdown here in the next few minutes.
Those like 6-inch plays that they were running to start off the game, they're now starting to become 4 yards of play.
Yeah, you're not really seeing bulk yardage. You're seeing, like, as Marcellus said, 3 to 4 yards at a time, 3 or 4 at a clip until they get the first down. And it's kind of wearing down the defense for James Buchanan. A little misdirection.
But back to that power running game.
All right.
Number 19 to the 15-yard line.
Colton Nate.
Great job with York Tech.
Time's starting to tick away here. Just a little bit north of 10 minutes and 44 seconds left here in the game.
How important would this be for another score by York Tech?
Huge.
It gives them almost a 2-score lead if they happen to score again and kick that extra point.
And James Buchanan and York Tech only have one timeout. Each team has one timeout remaining here with just over 10 minutes to go now. The fourth and final quarter of regulation. And a quarterback keeper by Zion.
Oh, he's holding his left knee.
And as you used to say, Todd, before, 3 yards and some dust. And that's all they need.
Yes.
That's all they need to get the first down.
Number 67 here for York Tech.
A new set of downs now for York Tech as the clock continues to tick here under 9.5 minutes to go. Ball set up at the 10-yard line of James Buchanan. But
and I don't know
York
if the fans
Tech threatening.
I don't know if the fans can hear, but it's starting to get loud in here at the field. And that's a nice run.
What a run. Break.
And
down in.
may have
he
got the
stepped out of
touchdown.
bounds. They're calling it a touchdown.
Great job.
Colton Nate.
What a
10-yard touchdown run.
I will not be denied is what he said on that play. Woo. 14-7 now.
Boy, what a score.
Let's see what they can do
By
here. If they go
Colton
for
Nate.
2 or they see how much confidence they have here in the special teams kicking game. Man, Scott Mathena right now on his first game as head coach at York Tech. Got him in position right now to come away with the W.
And this team last year only won 1 game. They went 1-9. So how important, Marcellus, would this be to start the season off with a win?
Yeah, they had a couple close games last year, but the last 3 seasons they came away with just 1 victory. So if they can get a victory off game 1, oh man, that's huge.
At the York Rose Bowl, no less, the inaugural Rose
Yeah,
Bowl.
it'd be a great start of the season if York Votech can walk out here with a victory, especially for the coach. 'Cause he's been teaching that winning mentality since he got there, and now the kids look like they're buying into it. And with this extra point, they can go up by 2 scores.
Yeah, this is big. It looks like they're going for 2.
Well, they're going for 2 here right
Well,
now.
I don't know why they're going for 2, because if they don't get it, then they can tie the game up. An extra point would give them
a quarterback keeper. It's going to fall short.
Big play there on
Didn't really
D.
understand that play there, because you will go up by 2 scores. But, it is what it is.
All comes down to the confidence in the kicking game, I guess, which seemed like, not against the kicker in the last time, but it looked like even just hiking the ball back was a little bit of a challenge there when they scored the first touchdown.
And the kickers have been doing so well in this game so far. You want to keep it in, give them that opportunity to go and keep on kicking and do what they need to do. And just didn't really understand why they would take the ball out the kicker's hands. But I have an update from Central York versus Central Dolphin. 14-7, Central York is up. Joel's Golf with 2 touchdowns so far in that contest. And I also want to let people know that there was a tightly contested QB race for Central York, and sophomore Brooklyn Nace made it out, and he's a QB1 for Central York. And if you may remember, Brooklyn Nace were playing basketball last year as a freshman varsity player, varsity starter. So he's having a great season so far. Becoming QB1 as a sophomore at a 6A school like Central York.
Yes.
That's huge.
And big shoes to fill. For 8 years there was a quarterback there by the name of
Wow.
Pribula. And,
Yeah,
of
the
course,
Pribulas.
last year Nazir
Yes.
Still, and
Yes.
now Brooklyn Nace has the keys to the car. So
He
to
does.
speak. Yes,
Absolutely. So
offensively.
big shout out to them. And if fans know any other scores around the league, please inbox us on Sports Shooting Stars on Facebook so we can go and keep people updated.
Roxamore Sports Network bringing you the action live here with Todd Edwards.
Kick to the up man and decent field position now for James Buchanan.
Woo. Their field position has been excellent. Besides the 2 times they were pinned inside their own 5.
8:57 remaining. With the 4th quarter, up by 7. York Tech 14-7. But great field position for James Buchanan, Marcellus.
Yeah, for sure. And you could see out the big window here that the crowd's starting to come in more and more so, man. Getting excited for this second of many games, second of 5 games coming up here in a little bit. We still got nearly 9 minutes to go in this one. Back and forth match. Spartans 14, Rockets 7.
A timeout on the field. That is the 3rd and final timeout for James Buchanan. And
let's do it. Let's hit some of our sponsors here. Todd Edwards.
Let's start it off with Thornton Automotive of Dover.
My man Wes Myers. Please hit the website thorntondover.com. Phone number 717-292-9222. Right on 74 in Dover, across from Max Ice Cream. 3885 Carlisle Road, Dover. Facebook page, facebook.com/Thornton Automotive Dover. Check out our man Wes Myers, general manager there. They will get you in a new ride.
We're back to action here. James Buchanan coming off the timeout, looking to throw the ball. He likes to keep the ball and and hit late out of bounds.
Man. Unnecessary little shot right there, but
Joshua Kimmel hit late out of bounds, and it'll probably be a 15-yard penalty tacked on to the end of that run.
Yeah, York Tech at this point, you don't want to give any kind of big chunk plays like that. This game's way too close. Matter of a flash, the whole thing can switch. Great graphics here, Roxamore Sports Network. We got a flag on the play. Big 15-yarder there.
And the Rockets kind of moving down the field here rather methodically off the 15-yard penalty.
One-on-one coverage there. Top right, but they hand off again. The big guy, number 4. Not much to go there.
Jacob Fry with the carry.
Big shout out to the defensive line again, York Tech. The battle of the green teams here. Even their helmets look alike.
It's our first game, so we got to kind of stay on cue as well here. And this is a big test.
Glad I got the eyes checked and got some new goggles here. I can see way better than I did last year. 2nd and 7. 8 minutes to go. James Buchanan with the rock. 35-yard line. Pitch back.
And a fumble on the play.
York Tech. Oh, the ball's still loose.
Spartans me. Look like they've recovered, Marcellus.
Oh, number 57.
With the recovery.
Oh, yeah, man. He's walking a little
Nazir
slow.
Ford. 5'10", 260 pounds.
Mr. Ford, number 57. Great play there. Game changer again.
Yes, because James Buchanan, they were moving down the field potentially to tie the game up, and now takes the wind out of the sails a little bit for the Rockets as York Tech with the ball.
Coach Scott Mathena's got to love that, man. Getting some huge plays from the defensive line.
And now if you're York Tech, Marcellus, do you think you kind of go back to that running game? You have a 7-point lead, kind of wear out the clock. No timeouts remain for James Buchanan. They can't stop the clock.
No. I say let's see if we get some chunk plays there. Maybe mix in a little bit of King Zion when no one's looking.
And speaking of timeout, the final timeout called by York Tech with 7:49 to go. York Tech 14. James Buchanan 7.
Wow. There we go. Well, let's start it off here with OSS Health. Big shout out to OSS. As I mentioned, they've taken care of me so many different times. Sports medicine physicians at OSS Health are committed to getting your athlete back in the game. If your child's experiencing any pain that's impacting his or her performance, OSS Health can help. Visit OSSHealth.com to learn more or to request an appointment.
How about S3 Performance Training? It's another big one with John Turpak and Ron Johnson. They've been a continual sponsor of Sports Shooting Stars. Check out S3 Performance Training, located at 2810 East Prospect Road, right here in York, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, they're the best out there, man. Like I said, I coach at Ballyhoo basketball, and I get to watch Ron and the whole squad over there.
And, of course, Basil Insurance, located at 2210 West Market Street, right here in York, Pennsylvania. Family-owned since 1999. Our good friend Greg Basil of Basil Insurance has been serving the area and beyond with affordable insurance, has been sponsoring us for 4 straight seasons. And we're back to action here. Back to that running game by York Tech.
Hunter again, number 23. By the way, there it is.
Hunter Childs with another carry.
Going back to the plug there, make sure you go to insuranceyork.net. Ask for Greg or call 717-792-6400 for all your car, home, business, and life insurance needs.
Brings up a 2nd down and 5. Ball at the 46-yard line of York Tech.
Hunter with the handoff here again. Looks like he fell forward for another yard or 2.
Bring up a 3rd down. Under 7 minutes remain here. 4th and final quarter regulation. But, yeah, holding his calf.
Yeah, it's Papa Rock pointed out. I think we might have a cramp or something going on here with Hunter. It's been hot. It's humid.
Yes.
And the first game of the season. There we go. Big shout out to Sports Shooting Stars. As I said, I was a fan a couple years ago, and now I'm right here in the booth with my man, Dude Jones, Todd Edwards. Sports Shooting Stars.
Season 8. It's hard to believe
Season 8. Are you
and of
kidding me?
course, working tonight with Roxamore Sports Network. What a combination tonight.
Oh, for sure, man. And it's great because I went to school out at Slippery Rock University, went out to Butler County Community College, so I'm fairly familiar with the talent that's out that west side, I should say, of Pennsylvania. But Roxamore Sports Network made the drive the whole way down here. Dick Mayfield.
For the inaugural 2023 York Rose Bowl. I mean,
Yeah.
what a night tonight. 2 games. Of course, we'll have East Pennsboro and York Suburban. But, hey, let's not forget Parma's Pizza. And, girl, we keep talking food. It's making us hungry here in the broadcast booth. Darren Bonaquisti. Pizza's so great, you'll scrape your plate. Check them out. Located in Dallastown, Pennsylvania.
I might have to go in there and do a plug or something. Get some
a live
food.
remote?
Yeah, there we go. Sit down. We'll do a little game plugging. Todd Edwards, my man. I'm Marcellus Gutwalt. Dude Jones, man. This is exactly what we thought it was going to be. Two young teams that are on the come up, very well coached, and getting that first game underneath their belt, coming down to the wire.
That's a QB sneak.
And that may be enough for the first down and a new set of downs. And again, eating that clock away here with under 7 minutes to go. And a new set of downs for York Tech.
Starting to work. The game plan is just going right in the middle, like I said. That
Round and pound style offense is
Absolutely.
working. And maybe wearing out that defense of James Buchanan tonight.
First couple drives for York Tech was negative. They were going backwards, and now they're falling. Even when they're getting tackled early, they're falling forward, getting that 1, 2, 3, 4 yard pickup. 3rd and 3.
Got some blockers.
Looking to
great tackle for number 3 for James Buchanan.
Textbook.
That would be Christian Pine with a tackle, a freshman.
Central Catholic's leading right now, 14-7, over Woodland Hills.
The Roxamore Sports Network got 2 games going simultaneously right now. 2 sides of Pennsylvania, too. Central PA over here, and then you got the other one out in West Pennsylvania.
A fumble on the play.
Looks like York Tech got it, number 2 with the big pickup.
A busy night for Roxamore Sports Network. How about it?
Oh,
Just here in the greater York area and out in western PA.
Just another day in the office.
Yeah.
Ticking down here, just a little bit over 5 minutes to go in the game. This is a big 3rd and 13.
3rd and 13, and you wonder what they'll have dialed up here, Marcellus. You keep the clock running with under 5 minutes.
Coach Mathena's been going conservative as of late, but hey, he's changing up the. Nice move there.
Found some space, picked a few yards up, and not enough for the first down to bring up a 4th down, but does keep the clock running.
Great pressure there from James Buchanan in the backfield. Nice moves, though. He would have been tackled for a loss of a good 13, 14.
Bring out the punting unit for York Tech.
This guy's been phenomenal with two inside the 5-yard line.
See if he can make a trifecta, hat trick tonight. Number 3. Yeah, well.
Colleges will be drooling because a lot of teams don't have any of those the whole season. He's got 2 of them this half inside the 5.
Seth Coldiron
calls for it, gets it up,
gets it off.
Looks like it's got some. That one looks like it's about the 24-yard line. We'll see where they spot it.
Senior for York Tech with the punt. With 3:46 to go here in the fourth quarter, your score, York Tech 14, James Buchanan 7. Marcellus, this is the time now for James Buchanan if they're going to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, it was a tale of two halves so far. Rockets came out pretty much dominated. They did dominate field position. Got to the red zone 3 times in the first half, only punched it in once. And now in the second half, 14 unanswered points here, York Tech Spartans. And that's where we're sitting right now with 3:46 to go in the ball game. 1st and 10. James Buchanan fumbles it.
Gets it out rather quickly.
Ooh.
And plenty of yards and plenty of green in front of him.
Oh, what a play here on 1st down. Takes the Hoy out close to the 40-yard line.
That is Alex Brake with a big catch and run.
Way to break that open, Alex. Number 5, man.
We haven't seen much of that tonight in terms of the way of the passing game, but
one play like that, they got him out to the 44-yard line, and wow, in the territory there of the Rockets, switching fields just like that. 1st and 10.
In York Tech territory.
Fumbles it again.
Another quick pitch out.
Number 4 on the offside. He's going down the
Near
sideline.
side, down outside near the 20-yard line.
Just bumped out of bounds, man. Just like that. 2 plays.
Jacob Fry, one of our players to watch from our pregame show.
Rockets are ready to take off here, coming right down the field.
And if you're York Tech, you need maybe another one of those turnovers that they had earlier.
They need to stop on 1st down if you're York Tech. Don't let them get another chunk play. Momentum has definitely switched here in the last 30 seconds or so.
On the 29-yard line of York Tech.
3:24 to go here in the game.
Drops back.
Oh,
an underhand.
Oh,
Somehow gets that off and caught.
That was a dangerous play, Todd.
By Tyler Collars. It looks like you draw that up in the backyard. How about it when you're playing the Pigeon Hills, huh? You played that.
Exactly. That's a Pigeon Hill play. Took it down to his knees, threw it way up in the air. Man, big guy was there to haul it in and take it down to the 19. All that, and they got some 3-4 yards there.
Positive yards. Yeah, brings up a 2nd down and 5 ball on the 19-yard line. The clock continues to tick. We're under 3 minutes to go. Can York Tech make a defensive stand here?
Yeah, with that clock ticking and not many timeouts are,
Yeah,
I don't know if any timeouts
both teams have spent their timeouts.
Here we go. Drop back. Oh, pressure
Under pressure and brings him down with the sack.
Number 11 and number 65 for York Tech get there first.
Jaslyn Breland and Anthony Craighead with a dual sack. Each a half a sack on that play. But the bigger note is the clock continues to run and pushes them back now. 3rd down and 14. Ball now at the 28-yard line.
That was a 9-yard loss.
And clearly, if you're James Buchanan, Marcellus, this is 4-down territory.
Oh, yeah. 4 downs, and now you got 2nd and 19.
You're not going to bring your field goal unit out here with just under 2 minutes remaining.
Oh, I'm sorry. Looks like it's 3rd and 28, if I'm not mistaken here.
Yeah, no, the ball's on the 28, 3rd and 14.
Oh, there you go.
Have to get it inside the 15 for the 1st down. And short of the 1st down, that will bring up a 4th down as the clock continues to run under a minute and a half.
It looked like it's all coming down to this for James Buchanan.
They need it. They need a first down on this play for sure.
A new set of downs. Again, no timeouts by either team. You want some excitement? Well, you're going to get it here in this first game.
Here it is. Play of the game.
Got a lot of time.
Plenty of time. Now
There's
under
nobody
pressure.
Open. You got to
Flush
get it
him
up.
out of the pocket.
Throws it up in the corner.
Oh, incomplete.
Oh, man. Smart play on the quarterback, though. He was getting a lot of pressure. Did the only thing he could do. Let his man have a chance at it.
Threw it up unsuccessfully.
And strangely, the time is still ticking. They have to stop that.
I'm sorry.
59
seconds. The ball will turn over on downs. York Tech will get the possession, and more than likely, with a play or two, going to walk away with a potential W here tonight, Marcellus.
And which would be huge here. Scott Mathino on his first game. But, hey, right now, you don't want to celebrate too early. You want to make sure you got some clean pocket here. You know, the quarterback needs to get this.
Well, it's all about ball security now for York Votech.
Sure.
You're about to get the ball back.
Take a knee.
Oh, I'm sorry. They had the ball. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they have the ball. It's turned over on downs.
Just burn the clock now.
And maybe
one more play, and that's it.
As the clock continues to run.
York Votech
and
starting
York
off.
Tech's going to walk off with a W here tonight over James Buchanan.
Low scoring affair, but it was a really good game defensive-wise. York Votech pretty much that ground and pound game. It was enough to win the game. Good big shout out to King Zion Matai. Did a great job on offense.
For sure.
And I would have to say he would probably be our Sports Shooting Stars player of the game.
Yeah,
And that's where we are right there.
And look at the fans. They're going crazy over on the York Votech side. You can see it.
And rightly so. You can hear it as well. And congratulations to the York Tech Spartans tonight.
Oh, man.
With the W, 14-7 over James Buchanan.
How about Coach Scott Mathina coming in and getting a W in the week 1?
Oh, man.
And
that's a huge victory for York Votech, knowing they're missing Anthony Torres, you know, almost a 2,000-yard runner from last year, and to start this game off 1-0 to start the season out of conference.
And they matched their win total from last year.
There it is.
Yes, and a great W for Coach Mathina as wins his first game.
Coach Mathina talked about the winning mentality and coming out and playing aggressive, and he's showing it with
tonight.
Having a victory in the very first game of the season.
A big W by York Tech, and I'll tell you, don't go anywhere, sports fans. We have a double feature. East Pennsboro at York Surburban, as the fans are filing in, particularly for York Surburban. They'll be filing in tonight for this big matchup, our second game tonight.
Wow.
Roxamore Sports Network in collaboration with Sports Shooting Stars as we're bringing the game to you.
Hey, guys, don't go anywhere. We got a lot more action. The second game will be coming up here in just a little bit. Stay tuned.
Hey, and before we get out for this last game, let's go and give a quick shout out to our sponsors for this particular game, and that is Thornton Automotive Dover with Wes Miles, OSS Health, S3 Performance Training, Scholar Prep and Tutoring, Fairview Early Learning Community Center, Beijo Insurance, Parma's Pizza of Dallastown, and Your Medical Solutions with Keith and Becky Rill. And we'll be back in a few with Game 2.
Roxamore Sports Network. Collaboration Sports Shooting Stars.